These are tales of danger and the pursuit of endless riches. Adventurers and heroes from all parts of the world charging into the unknown, setting steel and magic against the most impossible foes, with each time wondering if this would be the last. Storms gather on the horizon, and evil rises from the waters of despair. These are tales of endless adventure. These are the Awakened Fables.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Awakened Fables Return to Esturan. I am DM Sam, and with me is Addison, Luke, Michael, and Rob. As of our last session, our intrepid group of adventurers have discovered that everything may not be entirely what it seems in the city of Esheridge, which is in the baronry of House Foxcal. They have been invited to the manor of House Foxcal directly, and in doing so, they have been introduced to the young heir, one Salopi Foxcal, who did put out a very nice spread for the group, but I don't think were entirely appreciative of all the effort he went to. While this was going on, Nero apparently, what was the name of it? You undertook the...
Skag? No, was it Skag?
The employee, I think it was a gong farmer, is the name?
That's it, yes.
Yep. Undertook employment as a gong farmer in order to engage in surveillance on the manor. And aside from that, Morkan and I believe Ogre were just kind of left to do whatever they want to do when left on their own.
Pretty much.
And they didn't kill anyone.
And they didn't kill anyone. They just made sassy comments through the sending stones. Alrighty, so where we left off as of the last session was following your disgraceful behavior at the luncheon hosted by the Baron. You guys were ushered into the library where you have now been for the last few hours. Michael, with Nero, what have you been doing in the last 3 hours?
Well, should I also recap what I've been doing in the previous time?
If we can get to that one, since that's a bit more character interaction.
Oh, so do that later, sorry? Or
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So just whilst I've been resting and meditating and recuperating and trying to rid myself of a certain smell, without much success, and also just generally making sure that we're not in a... so whilst we're resting in this library, making sure there are no hidden passages or secret doors, not wanting to be surprised and not wanting to be trapped in here.
Yeah, perfect. All right, and Rob, what has Tinkrit been up to in the last few hours?
Tinkrit was communing with his pact buddy, and he managed to get an imp. And the imp was poking around and found a set of bagpipes behind a cupboard. And when I looked at it, I realized that it was the magic bagpipes. It's the bag. It may be the bagpipes of House Pipe Drone, but I'm not entirely certain. I just know they're magic bagpipes. And just as I was supposed to grab it, a servant saw me, so I tried to convince him to ignore it with some money and some persuasion skills. So that was successful, and now I have magic bagpipes.
How fortuitous for you to find this exact instrument that you yourself play as a magical bard.
It's true. It's amazing.
All right. Olga, Luke, what has Olga been up to?
Olga's he's walked in just down one of the hallways and he's seen a very fancy shield. And he's just picked it up off the wall and carried on with it.
Fair enough. All right, so in that case, you would have likely been stopped by one of the guards and asked to return back to the library. The fact that you took the shield goes kind of unremarked upon, as the guard in question is fairly small and much more slender of frame than yourself. So I think he drew the line at just asking you to return to the library. And Luke F. with Solturum. You currently have a mage who's in a library. How's that going?
Well, I was suffering the profoundly negative and sickening effects of my attempts to explore the magical warding when we arrive at the island, and have tried to go into a trance, a meditative trance, to recover my magical abilities, which were badly cruelled by the blowback I got when I did try and investigate the warding.
Okay. Excellent then. So you've been definitely taking it easy along with Nero then.
Yeah.
All right. And lastly, Addison with Morkan. What's Morkan been up to?
Morkan was just basically exploring a library. Maybe not really more exploring. He basically headed to the religion section and was checking out the books on his own god, and he was reading up on that, and he just developed an expertise in the religion skill. Pretty much. So nothing
Excellent.
too special. He just knows more about his religion.
So prior to that, he was just going around being religious, but he didn't actually know about his religion.
He knew the basics, and now he knows a lot more of the history of his god.
So it does say thou shalt not kill.
Oh, this, I mean, you take it into your own terms, you know?
Your god is anti-undead, isn't he?
He's the god of protection, so it's more protecting
Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So in that case, the four of you have been requested to remain within the library over the last few hours. Outside, the storm which has been plaguing the estate continues to rage, and frankly, it is a whopper of a storm. We're talking incredible rattling winds, rain basically falling sideways, and every few seconds an immense crash of thunder, which almost always seems to be directly overhead and just in time to completely drown out every second word that you're about to say. At one stage, about an hour ago, one of the servants came into the library in order to light a small fire. So you guys do have light in that regard. The library itself is also lit by several mage craft globes, which tend to glow with a very steady, consistent light.
Very good.
Cool.
Perfect for me without dark vision. I think the only one.
No, we gave you that lantern though. I gave you that lantern.
Also have the lamp. I forgot about that. We're good.
Excellent. So all of you can see in the dark. All right. Where would you guys like to go from here?
What time is it, Sam?
So it's about 3:30 in the afternoon now.
Have I recovered from the warding yet?
You have not.
It's probably worthwhile me reporting on what I found.
Shouldn't we wait until he's ready? Until Ciruimon's ready? Before we do anything?
Yes.
Well,
It might be another 5 hours.
What time do they want to?
Do you want fireballs or do you not want fireballs?
So this guy has been charged with dealing with this. So yes, I want fireballs, but I also don't want to stay penned up in a library for 5 hours while he giving him more and more time to, hatch his plots.
That's true. Well, we could go and sneak around while he's doing it.
Look, what time did they want to see us next? How much time do we have to kill?
6 o'clock was dinner, wasn't it?
I like the way you say that.
Look, time to kill. It's more like people to kill, but don't worry. That will come, I'm sure.
If only there were a way to hurry that up. Hurry up and wait. What do you want to do, Nero? Do you want to do some further scouting?
Well, weren't you going to report back on what you found?
So unfortunately, I didn't find and kill the necromancer, which had been my plan. Can find no express record of him, but the heir here is certainly working for someone, and he is particularly, and there is an agreement between him and this someone to that we are to be dealt with. And whoever this someone is, the heir is quite scared of. also say, should say Ciruimon, I now know the physical supplies that go into making this this warding around the estate. So I don't know if that would help in terms of your understanding of the magical arts and trying to regain your powers. If you knew the.
Oh, I suppose I should do an Arcana check on that. Should I? Is that the appropriate one, Sam?
If you'd like, sure. Ooh, very nice. A 22. All right, give me a second. I will boot us into the other chat.
Okay,
So Craig doesn't record in the other chat. That's the only thing.
that's okay. Well, I guess the point is that Craig's not going to hear it. They have to explain it to us, and if they don't explain it properly, then we don't know.
That's true. That's true.
But then it also means that Craig's still here, so all of the horrible things we say about Sam, he finds out.
Yes, both of them.
Yeah.
That's also the horrible things we say about Ciruimon. I want to fight things today.
Same.
Let's just get aggro.
Yes.
We're going to be fighting. If we're not fighting a boss or something, we're literally just going to kill all the servants.
Every guy we walk past, stab.
Are you? Is that what you're going to do?
That dude
Yeah.
who came in to light the fire, into the fire.
I haven't
Look at
stabbed
me,
anyone for like 3 weeks, man.
You got the DTs.
Exactly. You're going to throw your spear,
Hopefully.
summon it back, throw it again. That's it.
It's a fucking plan.
Is
Yes.
something
might be
a
nice.
free action or is it a bonus action?
Bonus action.
Okay.
Still decent.
Yeah.
It has
If you didn't
extra.
have anything else to do on a bonus action, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But your two-handed attack. Oh no, you got a shield now, don't you?
Yeah, so it's one-handed attack.
Yeah.
And it gets like an extra 30 range as well, so
Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, Nero, that gives me a greater understanding of the extremely highly powered weather manipulation wardings and spells that are here, but unfortunately it doesn't help me to repair the damage I've suffered from investigating the wardings when we arrived. I don't think I have any other choice, given that all the spells which may be of some assistance in any combat, I just don't have the capacity to cast them at the moment.
Let's request a later dinner. Request later checkout.
How long's a long rest again? It's
8 hours.
8 hours. So we've been resting since what time?
About midday.
Okay, so I need another 5 hours.
Correct.
So you guys can go to the dinner. I can just remain, just say I'll be late because I'm feeling unwell.
Yes. And when it ends up being a trap.
Oh, I'm not going to be much good if dinner ends up being a trap.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we ask for dinner to be delayed due to your illness,
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Can we try that? Yep.
and yes, perhaps I can try and persuade them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Would you guys like me to fast forward to that particular component then?
Yes.
The Sam, when I was in my searching, was there anywhere that I didn't get to? That like I wasn't, because I was interrupted by a particularly crass message from Tinkrit to come and join them. Was there anything I was halfway through? Like, I'd been pretty thorough.
For the most part, you had been pretty thorough, to the point where unless the heir himself has added to the paperwork, you're fairly sure that you won't be able to get much more information out of his workroom, at least from everything that was contained on his desk.
Well, I guess the only thing I would like to do then is try to just get a really good map in my mind of the layout of the keep, so that if we do need to get out of here, I could be of help in showing different ways out.
Yep. No worries then. In that case, over the course of your general investigation, you did get a very rough layout of the premises of the manor itself. For the most part, you did dedicate your search to the upper floors, specifically in the family chambers of the noble house. On the ground floor, you did not dedicate much time, but you are able to recognize the pathway of the central corridor, as well as you are able to locate the staircase to go to the upper floors.
So 2 things. Where will we be having dinner?
You would likely be having the dinner in the official dining chamber, which would be located here on the map.
I'd like to sneak in there and... Oh, does that dining chamber have a window to the outside, or it doesn't, does it?
It does down here.
I'd like to attach a rope to the outside so that if we all need to go out the window quickly, we can.
All right. Roll me stealth. Currently, the grounds and corridors of the estate are rather heavily guarded by several guards who are obviously on patrol.
Did I mention that I gave him bardic inspiration?
Well, I did not hear that, but I am getting mysteriously deaf in my old age, so I must have missed it. Nero, if you want to roll for the bardic inspiration.
Hey!
All right, so that goes from a 13 up to a 19. You actually do really well when you roll bardic inspirations, don't you?
Yes.
Don't you, Michael?
Yeah, just unlike my normal rolls. But yes.
All right. So you're able to slip out of the library unnoticed by the various servants who continue to make excuses to keep an eye on you, usually in the form of asking if you would like refreshments, if you required anything further, if they might be able to take any of your particular items to a bed chamber, so forth. You are able to dodge them all, as well as the various guards patrolling the corridor between this and the library, and from there you are able to make your way into the dining room. Roll me what is your passive survival?
12.
12. All right. Would you like to trust your rope to remain hanging with the 12, or would you like to roll that?
Wait, is this in the library?
No, this is in the meeting, the dining hall. Yeah, I'll trust it to the 12.
Yep. All right.
It doesn't seem like that hard a job.
That's fair. All right. In that case, you're going to be able to secure a rope to the window. You said that it was the outside of the window. Are you going to try and do that by opening the window from the inside, or are you going to make your way out to the ground of the estate and round?
Opening the window from the inside, and then if I need to, looking for something to tie it onto.
Yep. All right. So you're going to be able to successfully attach the rope to the outside and tuck it away just out of sight. So through a casual investigation, nobody should be able to see anything. From here, you are exposed to the storm that's going on outside, and frankly are nearly blown away from the sheer ferocity of it, but you are able to complete your mission.
And the only other thing, Sam, and this might, and I would need help with this, is I'm wondering about breaking the wards.
All right.
Where would so I know that he's been importing material that is used to keep these wards going.
Mm-hmm.
Where would it be emanating from?
Alrighty. So roll me Arcana if you would like to consult Solturum and get his expertise as well. He might be able to provide you with a little bit more advice.
Yeah, definitely consult Solturum.
All right. In that case, roll me Arcana at advantage.
That's me.
That's Michael. All right, that's a 15 versus a 2. Very nice. All right, so in that case, the wardstone for the noble houses do tend to be a privately and heavily kept secret, usually for the innermost members of the family itself. A wardstone is generally the last most defense for any noble family that's under attack, and as a result, their specific location is likely to alter just depending on the age of the fortifications itself, as well as how defensible the position of the dwelling would be. In this particular case, because there is a wardstone that is also manipulating the local weather, it's likely it does need to be outside, at least the outside of the manor, in order to connect with the outside weather most beneficially. So you'll be looking for the outside fortifications.
Well, I go back to the library and to my assembled comrades, and I say, wouldn't it be good if we had a bit of leverage on this young heir?
What kind of leverage are you talking about?
He tells us about the necromancer in exchange for us giving back the wardstone.
Right. I mean, that's always helpful.
So we could,
Do you know where it is?
I think you and I and Olga would be able to find it.
But not Morkan. Morkan is an
Well,
idiot.
Olga's the survival guy, so he can find the tracks, and he's good for the outdoors. I'm good for the indoors.
Yeah.
And Tinkrit's a bit of an all-rounder.
Plus, we could probably convince someone to show us where it is if we knew who the right person to ask was.
No disrespect to Morkan or the sleeping Ciruimon.
No, of course.
Whoa, hold a second. I just woke up when I heard something about wards. Did you say that the dining room is warded?
No, the whole island is.
The whole island. And so you're looking for the wardstone.
Yeah.
I'm going back to sleep.
Right then.
Um,
So, is there a captain of the guard in your travels? Did you find one?
Not that I wasn't investigating the guards in that way. I was more avoiding them.
I could ask the guard at the front door here.
You'd probably want to be your most persuasive self.
I can be pretty persuasive.
That magical persuasion thing you have. Because they're not going to want to tell you.
Who the captain is?
Oh, the Pelissier. Pelissier, I don't think will know.
No, he's the captain. He's the captain of the town. But there's a captain of the guards here, isn't there? And on top of that, they'd have a household guard.
Yes.
That's who I want to find out, because I can pretty much bet that he'd know where the wardstone is, because he'd want to set up patrols. Wouldn't you think?
I certainly would.
Well, there was a lot of guards tracks in the northwest of the island, if I remember correctly from last week.
Huh.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I think you do remember correctly.
Well, why don't we go to the northwest, and then we see what we can see.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going to split the party, we shouldn't leave one person on their own. And we've got the stones anyway.
I'm happy to stay here and do some reading. I don't mind.
That sounds like a plan to me.
All right.
Olga.
Are you in?
Yeah, so just roll survival then.
How's your stealth, bro?
Disadvantage with a +1.
Right.
Well, that feels like I need to do a pass without trace on us.
Yes. It does feel like that. Are we going to... Let's
Cool.
consider that
So
done?
we're now passing without trace.
All right. So I know I've gotten you to do it before, but that was in more of a forest setting. Michael, how do you initiate a pass without trace on you guys within a residential setting?
So despite being a monk, I'm still not quite sure. The nature of monks' powers are sort of magical. This stuff, I think. So it's So I think it's more that it's we become sort of semi-translucent, and the eye just sort of slips over us. So we're not invisible. We're just naturally the eye. The eyes of others just glances across us like oil over water.
We're not noticeable.
Yeah.
So you're creating somebody else's problem field, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's easy enough. Alright, so how are you guys intending to get out of the library? There is a window/door which heads directly out onto the grounds. However, that one is currently locked, though it does seem to be just a standard lock with no magical component. You guys might be able to make it through the house and take a more direct pathway if you would like to remain a little bit drier, but that comes down to your personal preferences.
I might utilize the powers of the imp.
Ooh.
To break windows here and here, which will hopefully call the guard.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can... You say this one's unlocked?
Just let me zoom out so you can ping it again. Go again. That particular door is currently locked and it leads to the dining room.
Oh, well, I better unlock it then.
All right, hit me up with sleight of hand or thieves' tools.
A halfling 1.
On the other hand, regardless, that's still a 13. All right. So the doorway between the library and the dining room is not overly complicated for you to pick. In fact, most people would actually just call it child's play. It takes probably only one attempt for you to unlock, and I dare say Tinker probably feels a little bit disappointed with how easy that was.
A little bit, but not very.
All right. So upon looking out, then yes, you now have access to the dining room.
Okay, can I peek through and see if there's anyone in the dining room at the moment?
When you have a look through, you are able to ascertain that the luncheon has now been cleared off of the dining room table. You can see that there is a servant bustling around on this side of the room. It looks like they are cleaning the crockery and silverware in preparation for dinner.
Nero, do you want to donk him on the head with your kosh?
I don't have a kosh. I have so many things. I've got a whip.
Well, what about
it's not really a donking thing?
Your powerful hands.
What is the deal with incapacitating? That's just an attack and...
Incapacitating? That one, as with anything D&D related, is...
subdual damage, isn't it?
It's, sorry?
Subdual damage, or is that a different version?
No, it's different.
Non-lethal, but to the equivalent of the hit points, isn't it?
So you can opt to just do non-lethal damage, which knocks a person out, as opposed to outright killing them. I have no problems if you guys want to do that one. An incapacitated creature is generally one which has been injured or provided with a status effect that just prevents them from taking actions or reactions. So if you're able to thoroughly tie up a commoner with no hope of them escaping, then I would say incapacitated as opposed to restrained, for example.
I'd do it, but check out the damage from my unarmed strike.
Rather than that 20.
Critical hit and critical hit. 0 damage.
All right, I sneak up to the guard and try to knock him out.
All right, so the servant?
Yes, sorry, the servant.
Alrighty. So in that case, roll me AC.
Will I have advantage?
Yes, they are currently unsuspecting.
So I have 2 attacks.
Alrighty, settle down there. So the first of the attack is 26, the second is 21. Both of those are going to hit.
After the first one, does it feel like after the second one, does he go down?
After the second, that is 7 plus 5, that's 12 HP. Yes, your servant is going to go down.
Thus saving me a chi point.
Convenient.
I grabbed some brandy from one of the places and I pour it around his mouth and I put him in the corner.
Alright, roll me deception. 18. Alright. So you are able to create a very convincing picture that this particular servant has gotten drunk on duty and has simply passed out from sheer inebriation. Alright, so the room is now clear. You guys should be able to make it through until you hypothetically get to the corridor.
Okay. Do you want to listen at the door and see if there's any of those
Yeah.
thuggos? And then I'll send the imp out.
So it's my perception is 21, Sam?
Yep.
Do I hear anything outside?
You can hear the sound of footsteps, which continue to grow closer and then go further away. It sounds like whoever is out there seems to be patrolling up and down the corridor.
Does the door seem to be locked?
It is not.
Okay. When he's facing away, Nero, I'm going to open it and tell the imp to go up to here and smash a window.
Great.
Just a sec. I can actually give you an imp. That's one of the things we can do.
Me.
Well, I didn't mean a child, but okay.
and
What's the matter, honey?
once I got out of
Would you like an impish imp, or would you like a hungry eye, or a draconian imp?
I'm happy with any imp you have.
Okay, let's go for an impish imp because they look so derpy, I cannot resist. Here, let me show you guys like the full picture of it. Alrighty, so your little imp, you are going to be able to send that out. I will actually provide you direct control of it. Rob. Imp. And save. Okay, so would you kindly move that for me? Well, as to where you want it to go. Alrighty. And now, communication with this imp, are you able to see through its eyes, or is it going to be reacting separately from you? You've muted yourself, Rob.
I can see through its eyes. Sorry. I can see through its eyes if I concentrate.
Alrighty. What is its passive stealth?
It's invisible.
Invisible? No, that makes that easy. All right. So as the imp zips around the various corridors, you're able to mark out that there are quite a number of guards who seem to be patrolling at least around the library. You are able to count at least 4 of these guards, plus an additional 2 along the northern corridor. As you get over here, you're able to see that all of this this northern part around here is actually just more wall as opposed to looking outside onto the boundaries of the house.
Oh, so they're not... there's no windows there to smash.
Correct.
Are there any, jars or things like that? Like classic Ming vases on pedestals, as you'd find in many places, in many noble houses?
There are quite a number of suits of armor.
Okay. Well, I'm going to push one over.
Alrighty. So, when the suit of armor is pushed over, there is an almighty cacophony of noise, and immediately the 2 guards on the western corridor turn heel and begin to rush their way up and across to the corridor. The ones outside the library, on the other hand, do not remain exactly where they are. So, very quickly, the imp is surrounded by 4 guards. who begin talking and muttering, trying to figure out exactly what's going on and why the armor fell over.
Is there any armor next to the guards near the door?
By the library?
Yes.
There is. So there's armor basically stationed on the broad of every wall along this corridor.
Okay, cool.
But if we're sorry, Rob, if we're about here, aren't we? Where's
Yep.
the door?
Yep.
And we just need to get to there. Or is
Yep.
there no? Do we need? We don't need to go the whole way round the outside.
No, I just want to time it when we push over one more here, then we dash out here.
Cool. I think that we're far enough away that we may not need to.
Okay.
'Cause it's with pass without trace as well. It gives us all, like, even Ogre is,
Okay.
basically a ghost.
Okay. Let's do it.
So what's Ogre been doing all this time? Just, casually picking his nails in the background?
With a dagger.
Yeah, he's just been like, they're doing their stealth thing. This happens all the time.
Fair enough. All right. So you very carefully slide open the door between the dining room and the corridor. You can see that the door opposite it does seem to be slightly ajar. Tigrit, you take the risk and dash across into the main hallway and are relieved to see that the main hallway is currently empty.
Cool.
So we're all in here now.
Except Nero, apparently. Let's move him manually. There we go. All right, there you go.
So, over to you, Ogre, my boy.
So we're heading outside now, or
Yeah.
cool. I guess I'll roll survival, looking for tracks.
All right. Roll that one at disadvantage.
Have a bardic inspiration.
Darn, my dastardly plan is foiled once more.
Not really.
I'll go with a 14 then.
A 14. All right. So the ground has been completely saturated by the heavy downpour that's been going over the last few hours. As you escort the others on around the boundaries of the household to the previous location of the footprints, you are disheartened to see that the footprints themselves seem to have disappeared. It takes you a quick moment to recall exactly the position they were in before they were presumably scrubbed away by the rain, but you are able to figure out that they do seem to be leading deeper into the brush. So, over this way.
I wonder if what the imp can do.
Give me a sec. And y'all are over here now.
No. I thought the imp might be able to do it, but the imp's rubbish at it.
Do survival?
Yep.
Gotcha. Alright, so what would you guys like to do?
Can I use
You
my
guys-
investigation skills to see if I can find anything here?
Sure.
So I guess I'm looking for similar to what Ogre was looking for, but it's but more of the signs of civilization or buildings or something that might indicate. But surely it would be it's got to be outside. It's got to be around here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It could be on the roof. That's where I put it.
Oh,
Can you cast detect magic?
Me, no.
Hmm.
I can, but I'm not there.
Imp.
so should I roll for investigation, Sam?
Yes, please.
And I guess I'm not allowed to use my passive investigation.
Can if you'd like.
Oh, great. In that case, it's 23.
Alright. See, I'm never going to force you guys to make an active one unless you're already failing with your passives. I mean, you guys can choose to do a active one
Wait, could I have used my passive survival then?
if you'd like. Yeah.
To 20?
Well, you did an active one before, but for the next one, keep that one in mind. Alrighty. So, Michael, you have a quick check around through the brush, and something doesn't necessarily seem right. It takes you a few seconds to realize that the bushes directly surrounding the brushwork over here all seem to be completely identical from one another. And as you try to push a little bit further into the thicket, you blink and suddenly realize that you're now facing Tinkrit and Ogre once more. Tinkrit and Ogre, the two of you have just witnessed Nero just suddenly stand up straight and then turn around.
But without actually doing the turning, is that right? Like,
Oh no, you physically turned.
yeah. Okay.
Right. Hey, try walking backwards.
I try walking backwards.
Alrighty. So when you do so, you feel the back of your body suddenly slam into something solid.
Ooh, I start feeling around behind me with my hands. When you say solid, is it like an armed guard solid or like a wall?
It is actually an invisible giant troll. You're about to be eaten. Alright. So your fingers can sense that whatever you're standing against seems to be a completely smooth surface. The hair on the back of your arm raises, and you're able to tell that whatever you're standing against seems to be a magical effect, likely a shield.
Describe this and
How are we going to break that?
quickly go to my character sheet to see if I've got anything useful.
That's all good. While you do that one. Addison.
Uh-oh.
So, from the outside, from where you are currently in the library, browsing the books, you suddenly hear a crash in the distance and presumably just dismiss it as the antics of your fellow party members. However, about 2 minutes afterwards, there is a sudden polite knock at the door of the library, and a guard pokes his head through. Excuse me, good sir, but where would the rest of your party members be?
They went to the bathroom.
And to the bathroom? We've
Yes.
not seen them go through the corridors here.
Oh, you must have missed them. They are quick. They were in a rush. They really, really needed to go.
All right. So his gaze falls across Solturum and then simply to you. What would you like to roll here?
All of my charisma stats are the same, so I don't mind.
To hit?
So I'll roll deception, I guess.
All right.
Oh, roll the toss. Doesn't matter. Bullshit.
Am I awakened by this entrance?
I will allow you to. Sure.
All right. I stand up, get out of the couch, and walk over to the captain of the guard and say, No. My friend's quite correct. They departed not long ago. I'm sure they'll be home soon. And I'm going to try persuasion.
All right. Unnatural 20. Very nice. All right. So Morkan / Addison.
Can I say I do it with a fair bit of contempt in my voice to be interrupted by a guardsman. You know, that's and a bit of irritation, and to say to him, like, I'd appreciate if you just didn't disturb my rest any further.
Got it. All right. So, Addison, the look on your face is one where it is very obvious that you're struggling to come up with a reason as to where everybody else has gone. Fortunately, Solturum is able to stand up and very smoothly, in a court manner, chew out the guard who has just awoken him from his slumber. The guard's attention is fully on Solturum as he stands up, and after his comment, he simply bows to Solturum. Of course, my Of course, my lord. I will leave you to your resting, and I apologize for the disturbance.
I'm going back to sleep.
Well, you gotta say, thank you very much, Sulturum. I don't know how that was going to go. To be honest, I don't know where they actually went. I just know they went to go get something on them.
That's all right, Morkan. You just need to learn how to talk to people like that. There's a knack to it, but it's easily learned.
Of course. Thank you. Must have to show me sometime, yes?
Yeah, I'm going back to sleep.
Good night. Good night.
All right. Nero. What's Nero up to now?
Can I climb it?
The sensation of the shield behind you feels like it is completely smooth. It does seem to be in a dome shape. You might be able to climb it, but you don't necessarily trust your skills to do so.
Can I start sort of walking my way around it to try and feel for a door as I try to skirt around the perimeter of it?
Yep. All right. Tinkrit and Ogre, you are currently watching Nero apparently feeling up something invisible. You're muted again, Rob.
I keep on getting interrupted by my daughter, as you can see. Yes. Did someone say like they didn't feel they could do something?
I'm not 100% sure I'm able to scale this invisible magical dome.
Right. Like, well, I'm always 100% sure I can do anything. I'm going to try and climb it.
Alrighty.
Can I give him a boost?
Sure. All right. Rob, roll me athletics at advantage, I guess.
He's a
Athletics?
halfling.
No,
Why
use
don't you toss him?
Yeah.
Yeah, acrobatics.
Yeah. I'll toss him. Do I have to do athletics then?
Yeah. I will get just a strength roll from you in that case, if you want to toss him. I'm glad somebody else made the suggestion because I wasn't going to.
Yeah.
Not 20.
No one's a dwarf
Yeah,
here.
nat 20,
I wouldn't
there
have
you
done that situation.
That's beautiful. That's
You launched it back to the city.
Is Tinkrit dead?
starting to out of space. That's it. You're orbiting.
Wile E. Coyote style. There's just like a slight smoke impression of Tinkrit, and then it just wafts away. All right. So, Tinkrit, you turn around and have a look at Ogre, obviously and very plainly expecting him to give you a boost.
Yeah.
Ogre has other ideas. Luke, Ogre is going to drastically succeed, not by getting him over the wall, but by tossing Tinkrit with enough ferocity and at the exact right angle that he's going to shatter whatever ward this is. Please describe to us exactly what happens.
I guess Ogun just picks up Tinkrit, just does the old gridiron style, just lines it up and just tosses straight over the shoulder. And yeah, Tinkrit just goes, I guess, chest first into the ward.
Well, no, as soon as I realise that's happening and I'm flying through the air, I draw my rapier and use that to point it towards the wall. In a desperate hope that I might shatter the barrier rather than my body.
Alrighty. So the trajectory that you're being thrown at means that even in midair, you are beginning to turn slightly. And by the time you eventually hit this particular warding, there is a sudden honk noise as you hit the warding bagpipe first and basically break through it, honking as you bounce off the ground a few times on top of your bagpipes. Miraculously, the bagpipes are unharmed, but the honking sound, on the other hand, was very inglorious.
Right, good old magical bagpipes.
All right. So from the outside, Nero and Ogre, the two of you witness Tinkrit it seems just breaking into another dimension, as he seems to be in an area that you guys are not able to see from the outside. However, this effect only remains for about a second before there is the sound of glass shattering and the ward just completely dissolves around him, revealing a small building, more of a shack really, which currently seems to be standing by itself in the middle of the brushwork.
I clap Ogre on the back and say, bloody good throw.
I've had a lot of practice tossing.
That I've heard.
You should make a heroic song about that, Tinkering.
I should.
Michael, from here, despite the rain, you are able to hear that there seems to be voices coming from within the shack itself. At the current time, you're able to ascertain that there are 3 voices.
Well, I guess we better move quickly. So the shack has a door.
Mm-hmm.
No windows, no way of seeing in.
There aren't any windows, no. You are able to see the door itself.
The door is
it does look
closed.
like the door has a very small peep window in the at roughly eye height for a human.
Well, I go and look through the window that is roughly at my eye height.
Noted. All right. So functionally, you're looking through a reverse peephole, so everything does look fairly distorted. I recall your passive perception being something ridiculous like 19 or 21.
Passive perception is 21.
21? All right. You are able to ascertain that there are currently 3 guards who look fairly bulky. 3 guards who look fairly bulky. They are currently sitting around a small table playing cards. It doesn't seem like they've noticed the breaking of the ward around them. You are able to also see a small trapdoor in the corner behind them. It looks like there is a small grate fire on a little brazier that they have nearby.
My good party members, are we convinced these guards are also evil?
They're probably not, to be honest, but...
So they're just hapless minions.
Yeah.
In the way between us and our quest.
Or potentially not in the way. This is just a different shack. But yes.
Oh god, this is the love shack. We need to go find the other shack.
So you don't want to kill them, is what I'm saying.
Well, I think we should. The air is clearly in league with the necromancer.
Yes.
So preference would be to not kill them, but
if it comes down to it,
that's not to say we don't attack them.
What do you want to do? You want to subdue them?
I think surprise them, and if we can subdue them, we subdue them. And if that's a more permanent subduing, well then...
I could cast sleep.
Oh, brilliant.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to cast sleep.
Excellent. All right, so for those of our dedicated viewers who are currently paying attention, sleep is a special spell that requires Rob/Tinkerer to decide exactly who he's going to be targeting to try and get them to sleep. In order for them to successfully go to sleep, he needs to have more points than they have HP. So we'll find out what he has.
I can't. What do you think? No, I'm going to cast it normal level. Oh, hang on. That's the wrong number. 8d8. It's supposed to be this.
All right. So you have 20 points that you are able to spread across the guards. Okay, give me just a quick second.
It just goes, the way sleep works, it goes from lowest to highest, doesn't it?
Generally the case, yeah. All right. So, in order to... Let's have a look. In order to successfully cast a sleep on them, you do require a visual on these guys. So it shouldn't be too difficult, but it does mean that you're either going to have to be boosted up to the eye hole level and try and cast through there, or you're going to have to try and open the door.
Yeah, just climb up Nero, stand on.
Yeah, I go down on all fours and he stands on my back.
Fair enough. All right. So the guard that
I'm not letting bloody Olga pick me up again.
Why? It worked out perfectly.
This time.
Oh, while I do recall, Luke, did you want to stash that 20 or would you like to expend it?
I will stash it.
Shocker. Give me a sec. All right, that brings your total amount of saved nat 20s up to 3. All right.
If he had have spent it, could he have sent Tinkrit all the way through those 3 guards as well?
Well, that's probably his call, but I likely would have allowed that.
Just had his. If he had his.
There's just a ricochet and a pinball sound. And
He had his rapier out.
the shack with 3 guards behind him. All right. So, Tinkrit, your spell is cast, and the guard that is closest to the door begins to waver in his seat before he gives an immense yawn and simply folds his hands under his head, and even from here you can hear, or rather feel, a slight vibration as he begins to snore. The other 2 look at the guard in extreme surprise. One of them does begin to yawn, but he seems to be able to fight off the effects, while the remaining guard quickly draws a knife and looks around warily.
Okay.
Just for my benefit, what does sleep do? Is that hit points or hit? Yeah, it's hit points. Cool. It's not hit dice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
20 hit dice? Yes. I'm not calculating that one.
Yes, if only I'd casted a level up.
Well, I think this door might be about to open.
Good. Let's donk them on the head. We're hidden.
You're hidden. You have Nero currently on all fours while you're standing on him directly in front of the door. Like a fox.
Well, I could get on the roof and do an attack from above.
Ask Olga to boost you up again.
No, Nero.
All right. So even from here, you can see that the guard who has drawn his knife is beginning to advance on the door. He has his hand on his scabbard with so that he can very quickly draw his full-on sword in addition to the dagger itself. He reaches for the door handle, and what would you guys are going to be able to get one action out of this?
Well,
Go ahead.
I can try to stun him, or Olga can try and really stun him.
I think, in the classic thing, Olga should yank him out of the door so the other guy can't see him, and then we donk him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what's that, attack roll or?
Hit me with an attack roll, yeah. An arm strike for 24. Nice work. All right. So as the door opens, Olga's arm snatches out and weaves around Tinkrit, pulling the guard out of the door with just sheer physical strength and holding him above the very muddy ground. He has dropped his dagger in shock, and even as he looks up at the incredibly scary half-orc that's holding him aloft, the guard seems to begin scrabbling for his sword.
Well, I think Tinkrit and I try to concuss him.
Yep, I'm going to donk him on the head. Oh, yeah!
That is a nat 20. I'm going to guess that you're going to stash that, Rob?
Yes, for the moment. Thank you.
Excellent. Ooh, Addison, you got to catch up. You've got 1 nat 20, and Michael, you've only got 2.
It's alright. When I start rolling, I got this. Don't worry.
All right, Rob, you are definitely going to be able to donk this guy in the head and knock him out successfully. What do you do?
I do it kind of like Three Stooges style. I go whoop, 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 and poke him in the eye and then donk him on the head with the hilt of my rapier.
So damage to his dignity and then damage to his eyes.
Indeed.
All right. He drops. Well, he pretty much goes dead weight in Ogre's hands.
I kind of just throw him to the ground.
There is a splash. He is now covered in mud.
Down and dirty.
I grab my rope of entanglement and lash it out towards the remaining guard.
All right.
And keep describing as I try to find the equipment tab so I can reread what it does. And yes, use its command word, and he is now restrained.
All right. Do I need to do a dexterity save for that?
Yes. Yes, sorry, you're quite right. DC 15.
All right. Let's roll that. And I'm going to give that a disadvantage because he is mostly asleep. All right. He gets a 13. Alrighty. So the rope lashes out on this still slumbering guard who had only half gotten to his feet as his companion was yanked out of the door. Your rope of entanglement lashes out and very quickly binds up his arms and legs. He wavers back and forth before landing with just an outright thud. That final impact apparently being enough to just send him off into sleepland.
Well, I think we tie the three of them up. Well, Ogre and I tie the three of them up while so Ciruimon, can you open that trapdoor? Or maybe I should open the trapdoor and check it for traps first, because it is a trapdoor.
Yes.
Well, if you would like to, you will need to do a roll.
I investigate the room for traps quickly.
All right.
Passively.
Figured as much. All right. You have a look around the room. You can see that this seems to be a standard guard room, and it doesn't look like they were necessarily expecting there to be any particular military force trying to take on the three guards which have now been incapacitated in front of you. Even as you eye off the trapdoor, you can see that it does seem to be independently warded. This one specifically to only admit certain people into the room below. It should be hypothetically able to be surmounted. You would just need to either magically overpower it or physically destroy the trapdoor itself.
Do you want me to smash it?
Yeah, I think we use Ogre's magic on it.
Yep.
Time to shine, Ogre.
Strength or athletics?
Going for an attack roll in this case.
Oh, can we tie the three of them up first?
I mean, you can do that while Ogre smashes.
14.
14. All right. How are you attacking the trapdoor?
Does
Just
it have
him?
a handle on it or anything like that?
No.
I guess I'm just going to stomp it in.
All right. So as you slam your foot down on the trapdoor, there is a quick spiral of sparking, which comes from when your boot strikes the surface of the trapdoor itself. When you remove your foot, it doesn't look like the trapdoor has been harmed by your attack.
Is there some way we could maybe lever it open? I think I have a crowbar.
I do.
Just pulls crowbar out of nowhere.
I hand my crowbar to Olga.
Alright, I use the crowbar.
All right. You can do the attack roll at advantage. Perfect. All right. So with the 26, you slam the crowbar into the edge of the between the trapdoor and the frame. Again, you can see another spark as whatever magic is protecting this particular trapdoor tries to fight off your particular strength. And Olga, you're going to strive against it before you do wind up successful and are able to get that full leverage below the door. So roll me a general strength and see if we can open this up.
I'd offer you assistance, but I'll give you
I'm good. I got a 21.
All right. And with the 21, flavor it up for us. How are you opening this trapdoor? Remember, the magic is fighting against you.
At this point, Olga's probably pretty annoyed at it and just stomps and stomps and just stomps the living crap out of this door until it just shatters and opens.
Alrighty. So when that occurs, there is a sparkle, a jet of sparks, but you can see the magic leaving the now destroyed trapdoor. Directly below you, there seems to be a fairly long ladder, but it does seem to be extremely well maintained. It shouldn't be a challenge for any of you to climb down it.
I slide down straight away.
All right. So what you see is a fairly large cavern. Judging from the the scent of salt, it's likely that the sea is able to make its way into this particular cavern, likely through a few cracks in the rock. However, the cavern itself is large enough that you can see that it probably runs over under the majority of the estate. In the center of the cavern itself is a pedestal with a fairly large, in this case, read about head-sized jewel, which is currently a white color. As you enter the room and take a step towards it, it does flash an angry red before returning back to its clear blue.
I don't think I understood that. What was the thing that was angry red and blue? A stone.
A stone on a pedestal in the middle of the room.
Right.
Must be that warding stone Ciruimon was going on about.
You'd probably think so.
Yep.
Can I see if it's trapped?
Yes, you may. Using your passives?
Yes.
All right. So, as you approach the ward stone, you are able to ascertain that there are no physical traps that seem to be lingering around it. However, judging from the, again, sensation of your hairs on the back of your arm going up, it's likely that there is a magical protection around the warding stone itself. Most likely keyed into the family in order to ensure that nobody else tries to remove it from the pedestal itself. So you would either need magical help in order to do so, or you would need to overpower the ward and cause it to shut down.
If only I had a creature at my command that was immune to magic.
If only.
Imp, whose name is Trimp, by the way.
And not Trinket?
No, it's Trimp. Fetch me yon stone, Trimp.
It gabbles at you, presumably in infernal, and jumps through the magical wardings. There is another spark as the barrier attempts to keep it out, but it makes short work of it, simply shooting through and snatching up the stone, which is probably about twice its size. So, as it does so and removes it from the pedestal, you guys can feel the sensation of magic simply leaving the room, and the ward stone is very proudly presented to you by Trimp.
Thank you very much, good boy. Good boy. I throw him a liver treat.
So as you touch it, you can sense that there is an incredible amount of magic bound up in this particular stone. It's unlikely you'll be able to safely handle this for any extended period of time. You would need to have a protective layer between it and you.
Okay, I wrap it up and stick it in the backpack.
All right, wrap it up in what?
A cloak?
Put it inside your bagpipes.
I do have my old bagpipes. I could hide it in my old bagpipes. Good idea.
Why do you have two sets of bagpipes? Shut up, that's why.
Because I had one with me, and then I found the magical ones.
Don't worry, I know this, but like I will learn how to play two at once.
Yes.
All right. So your mission is now complete, and you should be able to go up and outside once more. You are able to make your way back around the perimeter to the front door, but you can see that the number of guards on the base floor, even in the main hallway itself, does seem to have increased, with at least 2 guards just immediately in the main hall.
Do you have mage hand or anything like that?
I do.
Because I happen to have left a rope tied up to the outside window of the dining hall.
Okay, let's go around there. I can mage hand it down. Or Imp can just chuck it down. Trimp.
Yeah.
Trimp, chuck down the rope.
Trimp gives you a bit of a look and begins grumbling to himself. He is obviously feeling like he should get a break before he grumbling the entire time, floats up to where the rope is and just casually unhooks it from where it is.
I say, Trimp, imagine how much we are annoying people by doing this. Take some pleasure in that.
What's that? He grumbles, but more quietly this time.
Okay.
Oh, that's what that is. Whoops. Sorry, you guys had a strange icon and I wasn't zoomed in enough to see. Apparently you guys took the drunken servant with you. All right, so you now have the rope. Michael?
I climb up and try to jimmy the window open.
All right, so upon closing it, it does seem that somebody on the inside has come through and locked the window, likely not enjoying the rattling from the wind. You're going to have to try and pick the window before you can get back in.
Hey.
Do you want me to do it?
Well, I figure I'm up the rope.
Might as well give 11.
Yeah, I go back down the rope then. I'm on the plus 8.
Would that be metagaming, Rob? We're metagaming.
No, I would have said, I'm actually very skilled at this, Nero.
And I have seen it.
Said, you have absolutely convinced me. I will come down this rope.
I could do that first. There we go. 19 persuasion.
Are you persuaded, Nero?
I feel that he is...
17 sleight of hand.
All right.
He's 35% better at me than this. So, yes, I'm persuaded.
Excellent. I'm glad you run the numbers on that. All right. You are able to very quickly make short work of the windows. Again, probably feeling that slight sense of disappointment. Tumble your way in, and with only a maybe missing time of about 10 minutes, the group of you are now back in the library, though 3 of you are soaked through to the bone.
Welcome back. You guys look...
He's got prestidigitation. We can dry off with that.
Hmm.
I don't think anyone has prestidigitation.
I think Solturum, Sleepy Bobo's over there, has it.
Well, for now, put your clothes in front of the fire. I'm sure that will do well.
Yeah. No, I don't have it.
Oh, bummer.
And back to sleep.
Olga just kind of shakes it off like a dog.
So just so I have this straight, you guys have 3 magic users and none of you have prestidigitation.
I think we've all got mage hand.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I got mage hand.
I got mage hand. I've got minor illusion. So
yeah. Good. Then both of us have both of those.
Oh, I have minor illusion as well.
Fair enough.
Oh, well, if someone says it, I'll make us look like we're dry.
Alrighty, in that case, minor illusion. Roll me deception for that one, Rob. A 16. Alright, so you cast the spell across the 3 of you and presumably hide Trimp, was it?
Yes, Trimp. He just goes invisible.
Trimp? Oh, wait, no. Yep, okay. Dub. Just in time for another polite knock at the library door, and the guard from before pokes his head in. When he sees the 3 of you, his eyes narrow very abruptly. My lords, I was informed that you had...
Did you interrupt us again?
He stops for a moment. I apologize, my lord.
Get out!
And he very quickly ducks his way back out.
Okay.
All right. Just...
Well, he's a peasant. I'm expected to act like this.
Oh,
People who
don't
aren't-
worry. I'm
my
not complaining. I'm not even complaining. He's fucking annoying, honestly.
He is. Right.
Come on,
Guess
just
what
tell us.
we got?
What'd you get? Don't tell me. Let me guess. Did you get some gold?
No, you get two
No.
more guesses.
Okay. Can I have a hint?
That's right, it's the ward stone.
Oh,
I can't help myself when I tell him
okay.
anything.
Yes, very good. What is it? What does that do for us? What was the warding stone doing? I'm not paying attention.
That's the thing that got Ciruimon like this. So he's going to be happy.
All
I think
right.
we can all cast our spells again. In fact, I don't know, maybe he's all right now. Anyway, I don't know.
Maybe we
I feel like you guys think I'm far too forgiving of a nat 1 here.
Oh yes, and that one.
I guess now we wait for dinner time and Solturum to be fixed.
I have to convince someone to postpone dinner, remember?
Oh, of course. Yes, good idea.
do we have a spare set of clothes? Because it's Lord Tinkrit, you're dripping.
Well, yes, I am. Just can't see that I am.
Well, the small lake that's developing beneath you.
Is there any cloths or anything around that we can mop things up with?
You have 2 carpets. Some tapestries, maybe?
Yeah,
The books.
I'm going to try and dry myself by wrapping the tapestries around me.
Could I flurry of blows our clothes dry?
Oh, God.
Right.
Just gonna say, Olga's probably just tracked mud all through this fucking place.
Yeah, probably. At least it's not blood this time.
So we've tracked mud directly through the dining room to the library. The 2 places of the house you want most clean.
With the lead pipe in the library.
I mean, you have a crowbar. Does that count?
I go and try and clean up the footprints. I guess I'm going to have to strip down and put my clothes in front of the fire and then go back. This is all going to be a little suspicious if I'm found.
So why are you naked?
No, we probably have a change of clothes because there's adventuring clothes and then there's noble clothes.
Yeah, usually check your inventory. You might actually have some.
I have clothes common and clothes costume.
No, I have no clothes at all.
What's your costume? You don't decide. Right
So
now.
you've just been naked the whole time, apparently.
Yeah. So I guess I'm dry.
Bar your armor.
No, you're wet. You're still wet. So I'm guessing that Tinkrit's costume is sexy nurse.
Do you want the shift weave?
Oh, I could just put my gong farmer
Yeah. Put your gong farmer
back on,
outfit back on. Yeah.
and then go and clean up the mess as a servant would.
Do you have a maid costume?
It's a French maid. A French maid outfit.
For Olga.
Okay, listen, I love the movie Clue, but we don't need more references to it.
Yes, okay. Yeah, here. Have the shift weave. It's dry.
All right. So you quickly return back to your previous disguise of the gong farmer. And
say Olga didn't wash himself properly. That'll be believable.
Sir, we were told you went to the toilet, and now there is brown substance trapped through the house. Which toilet did you use?
We said we were in a hurry, goddammit.
It was the half orc.
And right through the dining room. You better hope this place doesn't have wooden floors. All right, so Nero is going to go back and try and cover up the tracks and all that.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
In fact, I might even go and get the cleaning, like in my disguise. I'll go and get the cleaning material that I need.
So a bucket and tongs, maybe a shovel.
Yeah.
Nero,
Mop.
clean up in aisle 4. Mop and bucket to aisle 4.
What's an aisle? All right. Roll me deception for that one.
I request from Lord Tencred some inspiration for this.
I'm thinking perhaps I might want to save one of them for the Mantle of Inspiration, where I get to charm people.
Yes, and you need that. And you need that soon.
Well, hang on, no, because I can get it back in a short rest. So, how long till dinner?
All right. So your particular your particular trip outside only took about 20 minutes. So at the moment, it's getting closer to 4. Okay. Dinner is expected to be served at 6, but it's likely you'll receive a reminder from the servants probably at about 5 to 5:30.
There you go. Oh, it's a D8 now. Ooh,
fancy. Well, that's a 5.
Does the shift weave help? Give him advantage?
Not in this case. All right. And that's a 3, so for a total of 8. Give me a second, and I'm going to roll this and see how perceptive our guards nearby are, or insightful at least.
Don't make me charm them.
Sam, I now have 1 natural 20 saved.
Noted. I will subtract it from your group. All right. So, Nero is able to use his particular disguise and chooses to come and go through the dining room and out towards the cleaning supply closet. Where would cleaning supplies actually rationally be?
Under the stairs.
Sorry?
Under the stairs.
See, I would think that, but there's no real way to depict that on this map, so I'm going to pretend it's this door up here, just past where the library actually is. So you brazenly just walk past those guards and collect things from this room up here and head down to here, where you are very quick and efficient, almost magically so, in cleaning up all traces of your having re-entered the house from outside. Do you feel pity towards your servant? Do you want to clean him up as well? Or?
A pity towards me?
No,
the drunk.
Oh, the drunk. Yes.
All right, so you do feel pity?
I'm just trying to think. Is he still unconscious?
He is still unconscious.
You'd probably wake him up at this point.
Yeah, I'll wake him up and tell him to get back to work.
All right. He sputters as he is suddenly woken. What? Who? Why do I taste brandy?
You don't want to get caught like this. You reek of booze. Get out of here. Get back to work.
He just looks down, gets up, and then just begins kind of dabbing at himself as he walks off towards this over here. You can hear with your very impressive perception the yells of what sounds like a disparaging cook who is furious at the loss of help that they've experienced over the last 20 minutes.
I say to the servant, the first step is admitting you've got a problem.
All right. So, you guys are available to putz around the library for the next hour and a half. Do you guys have any particular goals, or you're just going to
I
continue?
was going to tell them to postpone dinner.
Yep. So you're going to actively seek out the wait stuff?
Well, they must have got a Majordomo or something like that, the head servant, right?
Generally the case.
Yes, so I walk outside brazenly in front of the guard and say, take me to the Majordomo.
All right. So as you open the door, the two guards immediately turn. The two guards outside the library immediately turn to you. So we are have been advised that you are to remain within the library until dinner time.
Don't tell me what to do, peasant. Take me to the Majordomo. You may come, of course. You can bring as many men as you like, but I need to speak to the Majordomo.
Or we have strict instructions for you to remain in the library.
Are you telling me that I am a prisoner?
Sir, we have been advised by the heir himself. 17. All right. Let me see whether I can beat that, but let's probably assume I won't be able to. That's a 13, and that's a 9. All right.
I'm going to ask you again nicely. Please take me to the Majordomo. I need to have words with him about dinner. My friend is unwell, and we would like to postpone. I would not like to disappoint the heir by tardiness to his dinner without some notice. I'm certain he'd be quite upset with you were that to be the case.
So the two guards exchange a bit of a look before, presumably the more senior one gives a very minute relaxation of their body. He makes eye contact with the guard up here and makes a quick gesture, and the guard hurries over. Sir, please see Sir Pipe Drone to the Majordomo. Right. The other guard just gives you an impassive look and gestures for you to follow him.
Okay.
All right.
Imp comes with me.
I did assume.
Shrimp, yes.
All right. So it seems that the guard begins to lead you back down the corridor through the main hall and into what looks like the wine cellarry. At least wine storage area. Yeah, the wine cellarry. That's definitely a term, right?
It might be. If someone, I've had wine and celery in a ragu.
Oh, I'd hope you wouldn't have celery in wine, though.
No.
Sorry, my mind's in a weird place at the moment. Okay, so the Majordomo is a harassed-looking, middle-aged man who appears to be going through the wine and presumably making a checklist. When you come in with the guard, he simply turns and seems about to yell at the staff in question before he sees you.
So I have excellent news, my good man. Excellent news.
Sir Pipe Drone, how might I help you today?
We are going to postpone the dinner. Give you more time to choose wine and to get things in order. I can see how harried you are.
Is there something the matter?
Yes, my Lord Ciruimon is unwell. He feels he'll be better if he could postpone dinner to 8 o'clock. He's certain that he'd be well enough to attend. And it would be an insult to his entire house to begin without him, as you know.
If that is the case, I can arrange for servings and refreshments to be served to you in the library, and I will offer your apologies to the young master. Would you like me to arrange for the healer to see to Sir Vikram's ailments?
I believe he's already seen the healer. Are you suggesting that we will not postpone the dinner?
I did not say anything of the like, my sir. Simply that we can offer you alternatives in the library so that you may eat tonight.
So we are to eat without the Lord?
That is correct, sir.
Can I try and convince him otherwise?
To eat without the Lord?
No, for him to try and speak to the Lord to postpone the dinner.
Oh no, that's what he's arranging.
Oh, okay, sorry, I misunderstood.
It's all good.
So okay, so we'll eat with the Lord at dinner later on at 8 o'clock.
I will push back the dinner, and we shall serve light refreshments in the meantime. Does Sir Vikram also require a bedchamber?
I don't believe so. We've got him comfortably arranged on one of the couches within the library.
Very good, sir. I will arrange for the wait staff to see to your needs.
Thank you ever so much. Quite kind.
All right.
You may take me back.
Right. So the guard is a little bit too well trained to react to that, but he very promptly escorts you back to the library.
Cool.
Alrighty. So
Imp goes out and pushes over another set of armor and comes back in.
Just because you can. Just because you can.
Just because he can.
Alrighty. So you guys now have several hours where you will have the full range of the library itself. Would you like me to fast forward it, or do you guys have anything that you would like to do in that intervening just few hours?
I think more Khan and Olga want us to fast forward.
I don't mind. Yeah, we'll fast forward.
I feel like I've derailed this enough, so yes.
Well, considering I just had to improvise everything we've done in the session up till now, because you guys completely went off a tangent I wasn't expecting.
You didn't
Well
plan
done,
to
mate.
have Tinkrit thrown through a magical barrier?
Sorry?
You didn't plan for Tinkrit to be thrown through a magical barrier?
Shockingly, I don't take into account the concept of ground to air halflings. Alrighty. So the intervening time passes without much of an incident. Now that all of you are contained within the library itself, it seems that the guards are content to let you be. You are able to find various books of entertaining quality, but it does look like certain parts of the library itself are currently considered to be restricted, and Nero in particular, as he explores the library, does note that there are certain items which do not seem to be overly welcome for those who are trying to visit and possibly get a little bit of a closer look. Now, let me have a look. At one point, Nero, you do also see a small stand. It looks like a display where a singular rock seems to be on display. As you get closer to it, you can see that it does seem to be a very shiny rock indeed, and something about the design on it seems to fascinate you. Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh dear.
You get +4 now.
Oh, on top of this, don't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that didn't roll? Or did roll?
It did roll. It rolled twice.
Oh, sorry.
It's all
So
good.
9.
9? All right. So, for whatever reason, as you continue to stare at that, you get the immense impulse that you must own this particular stone.
Well, I guess I go closer to it. And so this is sort of subduing my will?
More that it's all that you can really think about right now. Just that you honestly want to 100% possess whatever this rock is.
Would I sleight of hand it to try and make it so that people didn't realize I was grabbing it?
If you'd like. It is in a locked case, though, so you'd need to go through and open that case.
Oh, I guess that's sleight of hand anyway. So
Okay. That is a natty one.
natural 1.
What can I do with a natural 1? Would you like to extend it now, or
I guess store it.
store it? All right.
Does that not mean you have 2? Or
Yeah,
Why, yes. Yes, it does. All right. So, as you attempt to sleight of hand it and use your skills to open this particular case, there is a crunching...
sorry. Do thieves' tools give me advantage on this, or no?
No.
No, cool.
But you can use your thieves' tools skills if you have that.
But it'd still be a still
It
be a
still
one.
counts as a skill check.
Yeah.
As opposed to anything that enhances the skill check of a sleight of hand, for example. It's kind of weird how they handle utensils and kits like this. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit odd. I've always, rules as unwritten allow advantage, but it's not what it says.
Pretty much. Your lockpicking skills in this case, there is a horrific crunch, which is audible from across the library, getting the attention of everybody who is not currently asleep.
Would you like me to have a crack at that?
No, it's mine.
Okay.
And I guess I just keep going on it, Sam. Like if I'm guessing I don't really have a choice.
Oh, you've broken the lock now, so the only other option would be to try and break in directly, or another manner if you are able to wow me.
I'm sure.
So it's in a box?
It's in a locked cabinet with a
cabinet.
Locked glass display cabinet.
Oh, okay. I ball up some rags and try to break the glass with making as little noise as possible. So there'll still be noise, but just trying to muffle the noise.
Alrighty.
Let's make a noise over the top.
Breaks the glass and farts at the same time.
We could drop a glass. or Imp will go and push another armor over at the same time. I'll point to you when to do it if you want.
I think because I failed a wisdom save, I'm not really working as part of the party at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. To Tinkrit, Ogre, and Morkan, the three of you are witnessing Nero struggling to get into a specific cabinet. And at this point, it looks like he's currently got some broken lockpicks, but he's now finding another way to try and get in. So that's what you guys are seeing.
That's his business.
I'm honestly tempted to just go over there and smash it for you.
I try to muffle the sound of breaking glass as I punch my way in.
All right, roll me stealth.
Oh. Sorry, everyone. I think. Is it more than an hour? Since we went out?
Yes, sure.
Cool. But I only ask because whether I've still got Pass Without Trace. Pass Without Trace doesn't seem like it'd really. I don't know. Maybe it would be helpful. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
That's a nat 20.
You punch this thing silently.
Did you guys ever watch Shrek 2 when Puss in Boots gets his claws and just opens up the glass?
Yes. I was thinking like the diamond signet ring too.
Yeah.
Done.
Alrighty. What would you like to do with that 20 then, Michael?
Store it, because I think I can't really catch it in if I'm under control, like under external control.
Fair enough.
Hang on, does he count as being charmed?
You don't know, maybe.
Because
thing that might help?
because I have an aura that makes people immune for being charmed.
How big is the aura?
Let me double check. I think it's 10 feet.
Okay, well, yes, he's definitely more than 10 feet away from you.
Okay. Well, if I decide to approach, but however your thing goes will depend on if I come near.
So, Michael, Nero wraps his fist with a very heavy cloth, and after looking around, presumably with the other three's eyes very questioningly upon you, you just slam your fist down into the glass top of the glass case. And almost anticlimactically, the entire glass of it just suddenly falls out of the framing. So there is no noise, and you now have access to the stone in question.
Well, I scoop it up and secrete it about my person.
Except we're all watching you.
Why does he want that stone so bad?
What was that?
Am I going full Gollum-ish on this? Like, is this my precious?
If you'd like, I can leave that one up to you. The only direction I'm going to give you is that you just really want that stone.
Well, yeah, it's either, I guess, now that it's in my pocket, I don't go full Gollum-ish, but I just casually go back to just looking around the rest of the library, somehow pretending that I haven't just smashed my way into a wooden box.
Fair enough.
Not to metagame, but Morgkhan's curiosity has gotten the better of him. And he walks over to Nero. Nero, what was that about?
Does the veil lift, Sam?
The veil does lift.
Hey, what just happened? What is this stone?
You smashed the glass and took that stone out. I
Why?
don't know why. I am not sure. You appear to really, really want it.
This? Can I have a look at the stone? What is this stone, Sam? Is it a... It's obviously Vorpal, but what else?
Roll me Arcana or Investigation.
When you say roll,
Do you mean my
passively roll?
I do mean roll.
Because it's been 1s and 20s so far.
Alright, that's a 16. Alright, so as you begin to investigate the stone, you brush your fingers over the workings that are currently... You brush your fingers over the various runes and markings that are currently engraved into the stone itself, and it takes you a quick moment to begin to identify some of the workings on the stone. It looks like this particular stone is intended to... I suppose it's considered a prank or maybe even a curse. You're not entirely sure why they would have it openly on display here, but it looks like it is intended to capture the attention of those who notice it, and then afterwards it dumbs them down, for a lack of better term.
So, I don't think I want this. I guess I go and I wrap it up in the rags that I smashed the glass with, and then just put it back in the case.
What do you think it is?
No, it's cursed, and it just took over my mind.
Well, Morgkhan seems immune to it. Let's give it to him and then use it on other people.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Sure, give it to me. I don't know what else we're going to do with it, I guess.
You can smash bigger things than I can, so sure.
This is true.
Alright. So, Morgkhan and...
I'm just going to turn...
Yep.
Sorry,
I assume Luke said he was going to do something.
yeah, no, sorry, I was talking to someone else. My apologies.
Oh, okay, got it. All right. So, over the course of the time that you were in the library alone with Solturum, Addison, what was Morgkhan up to when he wasn't lying terribly?
Probably just like exploring, reading up on the thing that he found, maybe looking at just other books, just exploring the extent of the library.
All right. Roll me investigation, I guess.
Okay, because I'm amazing at that too. It's very good.
Excellent.
Very good.
All right. So, over the time that you were there, you do discover that there does seem to be a specific section which is simply marked as a restricted section. You can see a bare chain which seems to be separating that particular part of the shelves away from the rest of the library.
Okay, good.
Mm.
Does anybody want to come with me to this? I would have waited for everyone to come back. So, does anyone want to come with me to this restricted section? It feels very not well. We're not supposed to be here, so I would like to maybe take a look.
Is a frog's ass watertight?
Yeah.
Is that a survival check?
I'm actually going to Google that.
The DC 5.
I feel like that one might be more of a nature check.
Yeah.
Wait, I got that.
Olga just brightens up in the corner. I know the answer to this.
I got a 10.
All right.
So what's the answer, Sam?
Yeah.
Sure. Why not? I think the amphibians, don't they just have a single hole for everything? So hypothetically,
Yes.
Yeah, Cloaca.
yeah.
Okay, well, what about that? Does a one-legged duck swim in circles? Is that better?
Kind of. They can compensate using their tails and wings.
Yeah, right.
How about
That one
this?
at you.
How about this? Yes.
Yes, that's good.
Okay. So, Morkan, you begin to head over to the restricted section. Is anybody joining him?
Yeah, I'll come along.
Me too.
I've done enough exploring in this library. I'm a little freaked.
And Salturum is still asleep. All right. So the restricted section does seem to have quite a number of books which seem to be discussing a bit more of the unfavorable parts of nature, and as well as a few treatises on some of the a few things which could be considered blasphemous in certain religions, especially to Morkan's religion.
This is some bullshit right here. Okay, can we need to, that fire that's near the room? We need to take this book and burn it, please.
Right, Adolf.
Hey, who's Adolf? I've never met an Adolf. I assume he's a good man because he shares my intent. Anyway.
And Olga?
Yeah. So what, you want to just burn that book? I'm okay with that.
Look, yes, please. It is blasphemous. Not good at all to anything I believe in.
Sure. I'm just going to grab like 4 more random books off the shelf and we'll burn them as well.
Alrighty. Alright, so presumably you then approach the fire that's been opened in the library and toss all the books into them.
Yes.
Okay. Give me a moment, guys. I need to calculate this.
What have we done?
Look. Oofed. Alright. Jesus. So how much HP do you guys have?
76?
All right. Well, we'll find out if you can beat that. All right. So as you guys throw each of the books into the fire, there is a shrill screaming sound as if somebody's entire soul has just been obliterated by your particular attempts here. And from the first book that pops out, there is a billow of heat and fire, which does apparently 22 damage.
How far away do you have to be?
I'm going to say that the rest of you guys are fine. It's Ogre and Morkan who are right by it.
I feel like we'd probably stop there.
Yes.
Oh,
What the actual shit was that? Oh my goodness.
So, do you guys plan to synchronize and throw them all in at the same time?
No, we'll put them one at a time.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure you think that now.
Just check it, right?
After he throws his one in there, I got my 4. I'm just like, tempting.
Yeah.
Just makes eye contact with Morkan and throws another book in there.
This is your job, bitch. You get.
I can survive this. Can you? All right. So the billow of flames that bursts out is probably loud enough that Salturum might wake up. He might not. To Salturum.
Z.
Judging by the silence, I'm assuming that he slept through it. All right. So, in that case, guys, I will say that we can take a quick 10-minute break, and then after that, we can flesh out the rest of the session. Snore, roll over. Okay, Salturum just snores and rolls over.
Yep.
All right. So, yes, do you guys want to take a quick 10-minute break?
Yeah,
sounds
nice.
Yep. All right. All right. So, the remainder of the time in the library is spent, I suppose, doing whatever you want, and as the time begins to get closer to 8 p.m, Salturum, you are going to be completely refreshed from your nap and presumably wake up with all of your spell slots now intact.
Fantastic. I stand up and stretch and go, oh.
Is now a good time to wrap up for the night?
Sorry, Nero?
Is now a good time to wrap up for the night?
Yeah, I'm fine a little bit.
No, we're killing something.
I can't do another week.
All right. I look across at Morkan and Ogre and go, what happened to you two?
Just a little bit singed.
Are they missing their eyebrows?
Just threw this book in the fire and it exploded.
Do you have any more of those books?
I got 4 more.
Fantastic.
Just gotta hand them over to you.
You might want to pass. You might want to hold on to those, Olga, because I have some ideas.
As DM, I would also like to ban those particular magical items being replicated by an artificer.
What's that?
Have you got
Artificer?
Have you got a flatmate whispering in your ear back there?
No, I live with Thomas. His favorite class is artificer.
Yeah.
So, can we put an ad up for one?
You know, all we're going to be doing is go to libraries now and looting libraries from the restricted area.
The entire campaign gets derailed. You guys just want to find another library.
Anybody, we're going to go get cursed books so we can blow them up.
All right, so 8 p.m. rolls around. It's at about 7:45 that there is a polite knock at the library door, and one of the wait staff of the estate bows as he enters the room. My good sirs, I've been sent to advise you that we will be expecting to entertain dinner in roughly 15 minutes.
Excellent.
Not the problem.
15 minutes later, apparently.
So I tell Salturum how we've managed to get the warding stone, and hopefully this is helpful to him and bringing the source of his previous discomfort directly, into his immediate presence isn't making it worse. And suggests that we now have a bit of leverage when dealing with the air.
Excellent.
So Salturum's like, very interesting. Now tell me again about this ballistic missile halfling.
If he were to be holding a book
and playing my bagpipes.
If we put the book behind him when it explodes, can we get him at the same speed again? Okay.
So do we have a plan for dealing with the air? Like, are we going to try and charm him, or are we going to...
I think if I tried to do anything but kill them, Ogre will get very Ogre.
Right, so we wait for...
He's already having withdrawals, guys.
Yeah, but I could try and charm his guards, basically. And you know what? It's probably going to work.
Tinkrit abruptly bursts out of a cake wearing that sexy nurse costume.
Maid.
Hello, boys.
I'm back.
You're back. That implies you've been here before.
Yes, he didn't stutter.
Fair enough.
So the air walks in the room. We all have a lovely dinner, and then we just finish up dessert and attack, or what's the...
We bring in the cake with Tinkrit inside it. Then pops out.
It doesn't have to be a very big cake either.
Yeah.
Is there going to be chatting
Could be a
over
muffin.
dinner?
I like to use my cooking utensils to make a cake.
In 15 minutes?
I'm terrified to ask with what ingredients.
Oh, I still have an apple from the forest.
Books, yeah, books.
It's a meat cake.
I cannot. If you use the apples from the forest,
a
I
beef
cannot
cake.
eat this cake. Just to let you know.
Sorry.
Would you want to eat a cake with Tinkrit inside?
I think we should get on with dinner.
Was he inside it before or after you baked it?
I think it might taste a bit funny.
This is an enjoyable conversation, my
Hilarious.
friends, but I think we should move on to dinner with Salape.
Okay, so we don't have any plans for what to do.
Hang on. If there's going to be like chatting over dinner, I can cast Zone of Truth to make sure that if he doesn't pass the save, he always has to tell the truth.
Okay. And I can sing a song to charm some of the guards.
What is it? With that spell, you can actually say you're going to cast it, and then you make him automatically fail the save, or else we won't trust him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. I might just cast it as we're mid-chat. Just be like, "Oi, look, mate."
He won't be expecting us to be able to cast spells, remember?
No, didn't he detect it last time? Didn't Nero, didn't you cast it? Or no, Tinkrit, didn't you cast a spell and it wasn't successful? And he asked, did someone, or was that the wizard?
That was the wizard.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, if he's at dinner, then we might want to think about that.
The wardstone's not active, so it doesn't matter.
Is the storm still raging?
Yes.
Well, the wardstone's still active then.
It might just be a storm now.
I give the...
Can we use Arcana? Do an Arcana check. So I'll try now they're awake.
Excuse me, he contributed to the conversation.
No, I'm not contributing to any assessment of the stone.
Evidently not. There's a little bit of PTSD. You just won't go near that thing.
No. It's rather off-putting, my friends.
Oh, and Tinkrit did it even worse with a 3.
And it seems to be immune from our attempts to investigate it.
Yes.
All right. So the group of you are now called into the dining room and escorted by the waitstaff. As you enter the room, you can see that there are quite a number more guests than there were before. One which seems to be dressed in the ceremonial garb of a high priest of the same temple that Morkan is a member of. It does also look like the captain of the guard from before, Captain Petissier, is there once more. And it also looks like a single, very studious academic man seems to be squinting and inspecting the goblet in front of him. Solturum, you are able to detect a fairly formidable amount of magic just almost emanating from this scholarly man.
Can we recognize him? Does he seem to be a noble?
You do not immediately recognize him as noble blood.
Right.
All right. I'm sure we'll be introduced.
So at the head of the table, Air Celepi stands up as you enter the room. Sirs, Pipe Drone and Vikram, welcome back. I hope that we are able to bury the unpleasantness from earlier under the carpet, so to speak.
Certainly, your graciousness in postponing the dinner for my good lord Ciruimon's sake has been noted.
Yes, I'm most grateful. I'm fully recovered now. But thank you very much for your consideration.
I am most glad to hear that. Well, come, sit down. As you can see, we have many guests, which I hope will intrigue all of you. Over here, you can see that we currently have High Priest... Let me have a look. Oh, refreshing. High Priest Lucas, who is very intrigued to hear your views on the tenets of the church to which you both belong, Morkan. And Lord Sir Vikram, we have Pierre, who is the head of the Mages Guild of Esheridge, and I imagine that the two of you have many topics that you may be able to discuss.
Yikes.
Sorry?
I was just saying, yikes, you're the head of the Mages Guild. That's... Yes. Okay.
And Nero, I have given you the courtesy of providing you seating space next to Captain Patissier here, who I'm sure the two of you will be able to discuss the differences in investigation technique between here and the capital.
All right. I'm going to keep a very watchful eye on Pierre to see whether he looks like he's in the process of casting spells.
I will put Trimp behind Pierre, flying just above him.
All right. So so Pierre seems to have a look around every so often as the wind coming off Trimp's wings as he flaps disturbs his hair a little bit. He does keep dismissing it, but he seems to be working.
Maybe I say Trimp. I think Trimp, move away a bit.
Pierre eventually settles down afterwards. All right, so the overall dinner conversation is a little lackluster, for a lack of better term. It seems that Air Celepe is quite happy to keep bouncing around between the different conversations, and he is proving himself rather wily in attempting to evade the various questions addressed at him, simply by turning to one of the other occupants at the table and asking them questions on their relevant field of research. It does turn out that High Priest
Lucas.
High Priest Lucas does have several beliefs which are very similarly in line with Morkan's, however. And after hearing of the great feats that you've been undergoing in destroying the undead, he provides you with a very hearty clapping.
I appreciate it, my friend. Anything to rid the land of undead.
Here, my boy. We need more young go-getters like yourself. Tell me, do you have any attachment to any other churches?
No, just the one.
In that case, I might be able to offer you a deal. Our church, unfortunately, is very lacking in any of the warriors willing to go out and face the undead creatures that pop up from time to time in any area.
Yes, and what would you like me to do?
Well, of course, you would act with the authority of our church and help to protect Esheridge from any further incursions.
Your worship, I was of the understanding that Esheridge had not been affected by the undead, as have other areas of the south of the kingdom in recent times.
The undead is always a tricky notice. You do have one which pops up from every few years or so. Generally somebody who's not really able to reanimate any more than the wild animals. But on the occasion you do get one who pops up, or even strange magical occurrences where the undead seem to rise from the grave of their own volition. These are the ones that we must keep down and, of course, keep an eternal watch for.
What would you say of someone who dealt with necromancers who bring forth the undead?
I would consider them the greatest of heroes and a true defender of our faith.
No, I mean someone who raised the dead.
Someone who raised the dead in full capacity.
Someone who worked with someone who was responsible for raising the dead.
Oh, of course. In that case, such a person must immediately be tried within our court and sentenced according to our God's wills.
You'd agree, good Lord Heir, wouldn't you?
Yes, it is a very serious accusation, but our courts do have many ways to deal with such things. Isn't that right, Captain Nero and Captain Patissier? I'm sure the two of you have undergone many attempts to bring felons to justice.
Can I do a light detect thoughts on him?
Yes, you may.
I do a light detect thoughts.
All right. So the impressions that you get from him is that he is incredibly on edge, and you get brief words that he seems to be constantly thinking about something that he simply is mentally referring to as the agreement. On the occasion, you get the brief impression of him thinking about something before it is just abruptly struck out in a way that you have not ever encountered.
And I say to him, I think we can all be in agreement that these people must be brought to justice. That's the nature of the agreement that we all have here, isn't it? And then I eye him. So the first time you say agreement doesn't notice, but when you say the agreement the second time, it almost exactly coincides with him saying it mentally, and he startles before he, looking completely flummoxed, turns over to Ogre. Ogre, you must agree that such felons must be brought in. Tell me, is there any great story that you have about somebody who has escaped justice? You said that you were an army trainer?
Yes, but I honestly don't think these guys should be brought in. They should just be slayed like the dogs they are. Right on the spot.
So, the Heir looks visibly nervous before inhaling. Well, it is fortunate that there is nobody here who would undergo such a crime as necromancy.
Sam, who's sitting next to me? I'll ask the party, who would be sitting next to me?
Sorry, out of your party.
Yeah. I'm just going to be like, nudge me if you want me to cast Zone of Truth.
I think this is the moment.
No worries. I will put it in the thing. Let me find it.
Addison, roll me a sleight of hand, assuming that you're trying to do it without being noticed.
Yes, I will do that. Yeah.
Oh dear. All right, so you are going to very drastically fail at hiding what you do. Flavor it up for me. What do you do?
So as I oh god.
Don't worry about it. I got you covered. Go.
Sorry. I pray to my God, and I just basically slam my hands on the table and said aloud. I say it in giant, but I'm basically like, "Oh God, allow me to prove all these. Tell me who is lying and who is not." And I say it very loudly and very angrily because I'm fed up of all this bullshit.
And I say, "Oh, we're going to play that party game. How wonderful!" And I try and convince everyone. So hang on a second.
Natural one.
It doesn't matter.
Playing.
So, would you like that cashed?
No, I don't get a natural one. I'm a halfling, bro.
Oh yeah, it is. Damn it.
20,
Well, technically, you just got two natural ones with an 11.
Yes.
I made a joke. I thought I was funny. All right. So that's a 23.
Let's play that party game. Truth or dare. Excellent.
All right. So as you slam your fist down on the table, Morkan, the head of the Mages Guild across from you simply startles and immediately just knocks over his cup as he stares at you. He clutches his heart and he just inhales deeply. As Tinkrit says his thing, the Heir...
I reach my hand out and place my hand on the mage as he startles. Concerned, for his welfare and inquire. Are you quite okay, Pierre?
Of course, my boy. It's simply I'm not quite used to the social niceties as this. I'm usually only able to restrict it to the festivities once a year. Your friend is very large.
Quite persuasive.
Let's play the hex game too. I'm going to cast hex on someone. You have to guess who I've cast it on.
What?
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 I'd like to cast
This
hex
turn
without
cast
getting
fireball at.
All right.
Oh, my lord, Trinket. I mean, Tinker.
Tinkered, your persuasion is enough to distract away from Morkan's terrible attempts at hiding what he's done. The entire table is now shrouded within a zone of truth.
Perfect.
Nice one, geezer.
Excuse me, I think you need to be truthful.
I was. It was nice.
Hey, Tinkrit, how big is your penis, huh?
It's like a baby's arm holding an apple.
A small apple, I bet.
But big for a halfling.
I still have my apple.
It's a growing on the shower.
All right. So conversation does stilt as the air opens his mouth, and Mage Pierrick, you have said that you've recently undergone some fascinating studies. Have you advised Sir Saltorum about it? Pierrick just looks wide-eyed. My studies are not overly that fascinating. I simply am postulating on the effects of the positive energies coming from the higher realms and how they may be able to use to compensate for the... So he just stops there and his mouth stops working.
Ah. You mean working with the undead?
So Pierrick frowns and then turns to you. The undead? What? This is a thesis, my good sir. There is no undead within my thesis.
Oh, I must have been mistaken.
Pierre, you were saying that your studies are on the effects of energies from the higher realms. To what end?
To see whether they can be used to enhance and possibly refine those spells that we have to try and exorcise the dead. I do not know exactly how often Esheridge has been dealing with this problem, but obviously it is a courtesy for all of us around the country.
It's an unusual avenue of study, I must say. What do you hope to achieve by that?
Well, you see, I have a deep family history with the undead, and I simply hope to seek their extermination from our realm. I do not believe that the dead should wander around any further. So a lot of his words seem half-stilted, as if he's trying to think of other words to use, but eventually it's just being resorted to very simple language.
So you want to see the elimination of the undead.
At this point, Air Salope interrupts. Yes, I think that is a goal that we all want to hear, definitely see. But I do not think it is suitable conversation for at the dinner as it is right now. Musicians, and then snaps his fingers again, and there's the gentle playing of music in the background. Everybody, roll me wisdom save.
Everyone gets +4. If you're within 10 feet, most of you should be. I rolled 2. Please take my first.
Luke, for Ogre, I'm assuming you're only meant to roll once?
Yeah, I double click that. But I'll take the 15. And I get
We
down
got-
to D6, so
Hey.
it's 21. Like the 25 with all kinds of stuff.
So we got what do we get? What are more calm? What do you give us? +5?
+4.
Okay, so I'm 17.
I'm 26.
Nero is a 15.
Yep.
All right, just a sec.
Ooh.
Alrighty. So the music is very quiet, but very pervasive. You mostly begin to tune it into the background, but Air Salope relaxes as he does so. But yes, now that we have refined music, we can. I believe that we shall be able to turn this conversation to more relaxed things. But it is fortunate that I have never been involved in. That there has not been any involvement in anybody in my fine city within the necromantic arts. I do not believe my mother nor myself would tolerate them within its premises.
No, of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't, young Salope. It's quite out of character. It'd be most out of character for you.
Yes, thank you, Nero. He directs a look at Captain. At the captain, who narrows his eyes back and very stiltedly says, "Yes, there is a great fortune that our nobles would be very careful in protecting us from the necromantic threat that might threaten the rest of the realm."
Okay. Okay. Enough of this rubbish. I think this music is rubbish. I shall play something for us on the bagpipes.
Oh no, Sir Tinkrit.
No, my Lord Salope, you must listen to some of Tinkrit's song. He has got great renown, and it's growing across the Southern Kingdom. It will be absolutely a treat for you to, for us all to listen to it.
Oh, my only desire is that he did so earlier today at lunch, so we would not want him to exhaust his repertoire so early.
Oh, this is a different song. You'll find it quite enjoyable, won't he, salty old boy?
Absolutely. It is the current hit of Esturan. You should hear what your people are singing in the local taverns and bars of Esturan right now. It give you great insight into your people.
All right. At that particular comment, there is a slightly intrigued look from Air Salope's face, and Tinkrit takes that brief moment of respite to presumably pull out his bagpipes and begin to play.
I play them, and I'm using enthralling performance, and because I'm using the magic bagpipes, I have to save at disadvantage. Oh!
Alrighty. So, it looks like the air drastically fails. Our renowned Archmage also fails, I believe.
So what's the DC?
The Captain of the Guard fails, but it does look like the head of the church succeeds.
That's fine by me.
What do your bagpipes do again?
They can do all sorts of things, but one of the things they do, if I'm casting a spell using a charm, they give disadvantage to the saving throw.
Uh-huh.
So, and I'm charming them. And they don't know that they've been charmed.
Uh-huh.
It also has a series of spells that come with it.
Yeah, it's a fairly thorough catalogue of them.
Yeah, but you can only use one a day.
Yeah, that's fair.
Have you got it in your character yet?
Yep.
Toddles over to your D&D Beyond account, looks it up.
Yeah,
That's what I'm doing.
Look under equipment, and
Yeah.
it's the Macfern Cittern, but it's actually the bagpipes. So
Uh-huh.
anyway,
Thank you.
so yes, they're charmed.
Yep.
I think it's time we stop playing games, don't you, my good boy?
Of course, I am heartily sick of the game that you were demanding before. What was it? The Hex game?
Yes, I've already cast Hex on the wizard.
Fair enough. That poor wizard. All right. Anyway, go on.
Well, nothing happens to him unless I do something with it. No, I mean, isn't it time you told us about your work with the necromancer?
So he freezes again, and much like at lunchtime, there is a montage of expressions that cross his face. Before he suddenly flinches, and there is a small dab of blood which suddenly appears out of his left nostril.
I believe you must tell the truth.
do not house any necromancers under my roof.
I didn't suggest you did currently, but you have in the past, have you not?
I have had many visitors under my roof. If they are necromancers or not, then that is up to them.
Okay, this is boring. Wouldn't you agree, my party, my friends? Boring?
I'm not enjoying this. No.
Am I still compelled to defend the heir?
Yes.
No, not him. He wouldn't have done such a thing.
You're outvoted, Nero.
Yeah, Nero, park it. You're sitting this conversation out.
In fact, you're charmed, I would imagine. I have charmed everyone else with my magnificence. Now, tell me the truth right now. Have you dealt with the necromancer which we have spoken of in the past? You know to who we refer.
Yes or no, please.
Do not lie.
All right. So the various emotions cross his face once more, and after about 10 seconds, he gives a bit of a strangled grasp, and blood begins to flow from his nose once more. He reaches up to his throat, and he breathes in as if it's an extreme effort.
Yes or no?
Nod your head. Shake your head.
The blood flow from his nose gets heavier, and this time it's now pouring out of both nostrils. A small trickle is beginning to appear from his eyes.
My Lord Tinker, see if gestures or head movements are more successful. He looks like he's under some
Yes,
power
I'm
or
happy.
curse.
All you need to do to save yourself further anger is to nod your head yes or shake your head no.
He begins to grip onto the table, and he begins shaking. It looks like he's trying to force his body to move, but nothing is actually happening. By this point, the other guests are looking in horror as blood is now coming out of his nose and eyes, and the head of the church leaps to his feet. What is wrong with this man?
This man has been working with the necromancer.
No.
Yes.
We've pursued this
We ask you to
necromancer.
support us.
So the head of the church quickly turns to Morkan. I assume that this is a standard zone of truth power?
This is, well, he is compelled to tell the truth. He does not have to necessarily, but it does not, I don't think it usually causes them to bleed profusely.
No, you are correct. This is not a standard side effect of the zone of truth. Something else is at work here. Have you cast a different compulsion upon him?
No, I have not. I do not know about anybody else.
Halfling?
Yes, I have charmed him.
Charm?
Yes, I'm quite charming.
So, the head of the church quickly rushes over, and he pulls out his holy symbol and begins to cast a white light of healing across the air while he balances his other hand with a separate spell.
Do not break the charm.
There is something else at work here. He He's not under a simple charm. He appears to be under a more powerful compulsion. Halfling, are you sure that you have only charmed him?
I have only charmed him, but I suspect that you may be right. At lunchtime when I charmed him, he was able to break it, and not many people are able to break my charm.
Would he be cursed? Could that be a possibility?
So, Pyrrhic at that point pipes up. If you're talking about a bit of a stronger effect, it may be that he is under a geas, perhaps?
That makes sense to me.
At that point, the air simply relaxes his body and slumps into unconsciousness.
Right.
So the cleric, head of the church, looks down at him and just a small flash of pity. If the boy is under a geas and has been forced to collude with the necromancer, then it does explain, I suppose, why he is had us brought across here in the eye of the storm. Tell me, what was your particular goal with the boy?
We're trying to track the necromancer. Perhaps Nero can tell you more.
Am I still charmed?
You are not.
Oh, fantastic! That makes this easier. The 8 days ago, an unnamed guest was housed by the heir here. He entered into an agreement with this guest either then or previously. Been working with him. This guest is of great power. We suspect it's that we're all but certain it's he matches the description of the necromancer who've been tracking across the lands. This necromancer has been assembling and concocting these horrendous amalgams of flesh and plant to wreak terror across the surrounds. And going through this man's study this very afternoon, I found evidence of him being in collusion with this chap.
Nero, might I interrupt?
Of course.
I sense a lot of a very powerful undead nearby. I'm not sure. It seems to be on its way here. Just a heads up.
Excellent.
I hand my spare dagger to Captain Pellissier.
So the captain picks up the dagger with a grateful look and gets to his feet. You say that there is an undead on the way here. How close is it?
Within 60 feet at least.
Okay. So there is a crash of lightning outside, and Nero, you are able to see that there seems to be an immense moving blackness just heading directly for the window.
Through the window, away from the window.
Tinkrit just fades out of this plane of existence, Aspermian stealth. I have to go. My planet needs me.
Hi, I'm a head out.
I see you guys are busy. We'll be back later. All right.
But the mage is still charmed, as is the captain.
Correct.
And who else is charmed? Oh, the guy who's now unconscious.
Yes, that one.
Okay. Do you have any protective spells to cast, mage? I say from the hidden place.
So he trembles where he is currently sitting. I'm a theoretical mage. I can probably come up with some. I wasn't expecting to be in battle tonight.
We'll look after you, dear boy.
So the head of the church simply snaps his eyes up and looks at more calm. I will take care of the young boy. If you're able to take care of this undead, then we will be able to question him using the church's truth spells.
Thank you. A bless would go astray, good sir.
Not a problem.
You have it. And then he just sketches his symbol of blessing for the group of you.
All right.
Nice.
I
What
will
does that do?
cast Magic Circle on just an area where we can all kind of fit. So that just prevents the
Presumably
undead.
you are warding that against the undead?
Yes.
All right. Okay, just as you finish casting the magic, so actually, can you ping where you want to put it, and I'll just draw it.
And I'll put it. So are we in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably put it. Would you guys rather at the front door or the windows?
Well, it's coming towards the window, wasn't it?
Alright.
Yeah.
So I'll put it probably about there.
Okay. That is a 10-foot square. I think that's 10 foot. Can't quite see the grid where I am, but we're good. All right. Would anybody else like to make any alterations before we roll into initiative? You can all have one action.
Who wants haste?
Hello.
I think we know who's getting haste.
All right, I'm going to cast haste. Where am I going?
All right. As you are making your preparations, there is a sudden screeching noise, and directly out of the black mass heading towards you, you can see two thick vines suddenly soar through and shatter through the window. As they hit the magic circle, there is another screeching noise and the recoil. Before attempting to press further, they slam against the magic circle and just press against it, ignoring the sizzling noise and the smell of cooked vegetable as they attempt to overpower the ward.
It's a DC 16 charisma save.
Sorry?
If it tries to get in, it's a DC 16 charisma save.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, in that case, let's get this underway. So, gentlemen, roll me into initiative.
Let's go.
I am hopefully hidden, Sam.
Oh!
Wow, Addison.
Yeah.
I'm not going last for once.
Well done, Olga.
Olga just begins weeping from joy.
Yes.
All right, give me a sec, guys. I'm manually adding you guys in. Tinkrit is in with 24. Olga is in with 25 and has already put himself on there. Thank you very much. Where is everybody else? Is still in the library on the map. Let me drag you down into where we need to be. Nope, that's not what I wanted. A turn for Addison, who comes in with a 0. Which is impressive. It's been a while since I've seen people go into the negatives. Wow, actually, it looks like 2 people have beaten you there, Luke. So Solturum is at a 2. And for once, Michael, Nero is not the first one.
No.
I am shook. Oh, wait, 22. All right, and where is my initiative? There it is. Apparently, I am a 7.01.
And you look like Nero.
Yeah, apparently. All right, don't know what that was about. Okay, give me a sec. And now we can start the Pokemon battle music. You know what? This guy looks horrific enough. Kind of looks like COVID. You guys might be fighting COVID tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
COVID.
Let's go. Let's beat it.
Yeah, that's good. That thing's needed an ass kick for a couple of months now.
All right, and let me try and roll that again. See if that one goes in. There we go. COVID has a initiative of 3, which means Morgan and Solturum, it beats you.
I mean, anything could beat me.
All right, gentlemen, Tinkrit, you may begin now.
Trimp goes within 5 foot but remains invisible, but does a help action, which gives me advantage on strikes.
Okay.
I move forward and stab it. But
All right.
Let's have a look. I get advantage, so let's roll again just in case I get a crit.
Nope, you do not.
Oh, it was on 19. I get it. And as a bonus action, I cast what's his name on it? So,
It looks like, just looking at it now, it doesn't look like the corpse layer counts the D8. So
I haven't done that yet. I'll do that. There's more.
Yeah.
There's sneak attack and there's green flame blade. There's more to come.
Oh, this is you trying to stack up as much damage as possible.
Yeah, I might be insane, but I'm not stupid. Oh, where is it? This. I get that on it.
Hexblade Curse. Starting at level 1, you gain the ability to place a baleful curse on someone. As a bonus action, choose one creature you see. That creature is cursed for 1 minute. The curse ends early if the target dies, you die, or you are incapacitated. Until the curse ends, you gain the following benefits. You gain bonus to damage rolls against the cursed target. The bonus equals your proficiency bonus. Any attack rolls you make against the cursed target is a critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20. If the cursed target dies, you gain hit points equal to your warlock level plus your charisma modifier, minimum of 1 hit point. Very nice.
So he's got an additional 5 points because of that's my proficiency bonus straight from that.
Okay.
Then there's green flame blade. Which does 5 points of damage to him. And do we have sneak attack as well? Sneak attack's added.
Yes, it was added from the first one, but not for the green flame blade, I believe.
Checking that one. 6.
You only get sneak attack once a turn, do you?
As far as
Yeah,
more,
I've only used it once so far, so that's my first strike. Yeah. So how much is that all up? 14.
all up, that's 33 damage.
33 damage. And now for my second strike, again with advantage. Why isn't that doing that? And green flame blade. Eight. And also +5. What's that? 14, another 8, 20. 22 +5, 29. So 60 points of damage.
60? Wait, sorry, 60 or 16?
60 all up, I think.
Settle down there.
there you go. That's half of its health done.
Oh, my sweet summer child. All right. So, as you charge upon it with the Green Flame Blade as well as Corpse Slayer, I assume just for visual, you're not combining the two effects?
Shivers, I haven't done Corpse Slayer. Thanks. So, yeah, there's 2d8 yet to come.
Oh, God. +9, so now you've done 69 points of damage.
Nice.
Classy. All right. So you slash forward, and as you stab into the... Wait, sorry. What was the first lot of damage being done with? It says you're doing it with the Corpse Slayer Rapier.
Yeah, but it didn't add any of the Corpse Slayer to it because it doesn't show that creature is a corpse. You
Yeah.
have to do that separately.
Oh, that's... Okay, yep, got it. Sorry, reading over it now. All right. You stab into the almost flesh-like tendril vines of this mass before you, and you hear a deep groan coming from the creature as you are able to cut away these large tendrils. You see something move within the heart of the creature, and again, for the third time, you are encountered with the familiar face of Baron Fratez and this monstrosity that he's become.
Again.
All right. Okay. Moving on now to Nero.
Is there more coming? Sam?
Of
more enemies coming? Or is this...
Not that you're aware of.
Not that I'm aware of.
You shout out to Morgan.
I can't say any more.
Well, I attack it. So I dart forward and hit it twice, and then I'm going to disengage and use the rest of my movement to get away from it.
Okay. Oh, actually, before I do forget, Tinkrit, you got up next to it in order to hit it with the Corpse Slayer, right?
Yeah, I had to. Well, tendrils, wherever the tendrils were.
So, in doing so, there was a splash as it seems whatever bile makes up this creature's blood spills out and sprays you. You take 11 acid damage.
Any chance to save against that?
Apparently not. No.
Okay. Oh, well, in that case, that's a shame, because now I get as a reaction hellish rebuke.
Oh, God.
Which is kind of why I didn't hide this time.
This is fair.
So additional 17 points of damage.
17 points. Okay, that brings your total damage up to 86.
Yes.
So 86 in one round. I think he might have beaten you for damage in one round, Olga.
For now.
Alrighty. So Nero, you dash forward and attack it twice.
Yes.
With your with your dagger, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So in doing so, you likewise suddenly get sprayed by the amount that comes out at you. So it's going to be 8 acid damage towards you. When you pull out your daggers on the second round, you see that the metal of the dagger seems to have begun corroding. Okay, so now you have a permanent -2 to your damage rolls.
Did both hit, by the way?
So sorry, Sam. It's an additional 12 points because with Hexblade's Curse, they get +4 to every damage roll.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, both of those did hit. Michael?
Great.
Okay. And that was it for your turn?
So I'm now disengaged and away.
Alrighty. So you quickly wipe off your knives, presumably on the tablecloth as you go by, and flee away. Olga.
So can I run up to it and stab it with my spear twice?
Yes, you may. No, you're not allowed. Gosh.
Damn it.
Illegal.
So that is extra 2d6, extra 2d4.
$36.
Yep.
All right. Now, if I recall, your particular spear is magical?
Yes.
All right. Does it do just magical piercing, or is there lightning, or am I mixing that up with the thunder spear?
Poison.
Sorry?
The extra d6 is a poison.
Okay, gotcha. In that case, cool. So, flavor it up for us. What do you do?
I just run in, spear just over the shoulder, and just stab into it. Pull it out and just stab into it again. Pretty much right where I could see Baron Fatiz's face.
All right. The image just turns to you and roars. You feel flecks of bile spattering across your face when it does so, but it seems to be now just dripping its bile directly onto the bushes below it, which seem to just be outright withering and burning away. All right. You are also going to be taking 8 acid damage as the bile goes through you.
All right. I guess I'll second wind while I'm at it then.
Yep.
It's 1d10. I regain 15 health.
Alrighty. Now, in that case,
If you guys step into the magic circle, it has disadvantage to hit you, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd probably be right up on that then.
yeah, ditto.
give me a sec. I'll see if I can move that circle into the back. Apparently I can edit it. Well, I'm good for it. I can't even move that. That's annoying. Alright. Well, somebody is... There he is. There's Olga. Okay. So, the creature gives another roar, and it seems to inhale as its body mass swells up. As it begins to exhale, a billow of sickly green fog begins to spill across the ground in front of it. Give me a sec. Yep, cool. And I am going to be making a perimeter here. So 5, 10, 15, 20. As this entire area is filled with this terrible green smoke. Additionally, the creature, after it finishes belching out this vile thing, it begins to try and move and force its way into the room past the magic circle. So, you said that I can do a save to try and push through?
Yeah, it's a DC 16 charisma.
Charisma. Haha, this is not going to end well. It gets a 10. Alright, so in this case, what happens?
The magic circle, basically, it takes the form of like a stone wall, and as the thing tries to slam through, it just does not falter at all.
Yep, excellent. Alright. The creature, apparently lacking any particular capacity of moving forward, decides to reach out and lash and attempt to attack Tinkrit. So, let's have a look. Is an 18 going to hit you, Rob?
No.
Oh, wow. You've gone from being a little glass cannon to... Alright, so it attempts to slam against you. Would you like it for you to... Flavor-wise, has it hit you, or are you dodging?
I dodge.
Alright, you dance out of the way, and its tendril slams into the ground next to you. As it goes by briefly in the front of your nose, you can see that, in contrast to the last time that you fought it in the mines, this one seems to have a bit of a strangely thick hide almost directly over all of the vine itself.
Interesting.
Alrighty. Solturum, you're up. Luke? Luke, you've muted yourself.
Sorry. With the gas that it spewed out, is that having any people that are within its range?
Currently, there aren't any people in its range that are affected by what it may do.
Okay, so okay. With animate objects, can I just make sure I understand the spell correctly? I can create. Where is the numbers you can create? 4 of those.
10 non-magical items.
10 non-magical items. Okay. All right. I am going to cast animate objects.
Mm-hmm.
And on the knives and forks on the dinner table. So I'm going to create tiny objects.
Yep.
And I'm going to command 5 of them to, and I'm casting them on the knives and forks that are down the end of the table closest to the creature.
Yep.
And I'm going to command 5 of them to immediately attack the creature.
All right.
And 5 of them to they last for more. They last until they die, don't they?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm going to command the other 5 to wait because I'm not sure what the smoke is going to do. Okay.
All right.
So
if you roll all of them simply as 1, we'll just count it all. That just pretty much I'll be timesing it by 5.
Oh, well, if I just go on the dice thing and do 5 d4s.
Yep. You still need to roll AC though.
Oh, okay. So, what's that? What type of roll is that?
Standard D20 roll plus 8 from looks things.
Yes. Okay. So spell attack roll. Did I cast it in roll 20?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now we will find out if Tinkrit gets a fork in his head.
So it's what's the command again in roll 21? Roll.
Then 5d20 plus 8. Well, 5d20, and then we can just automatically add that in our heads.
Roll. Space 5d20 plus 8.
Yeah. Alrighty, I can confirm all of those are going to hit. Alright, so as you wanting to send the fork cavalry in first or the knives?
I'm gonna I will divide them into regiments, and I will send the knife the knife regiment in first.
Alrighty. So there is a flinging, just a thwomp, as all 5 suddenly surge forward, cut through the magical circle that has been erected around in front of the window, narrowly missing Ogre, and all 5 of them slam into the creature, who gives another warbling, screaming noise. When that occurs,
Keep stabbing, boys.
when that occurs, and as they touch it, you can see that whatever metal they may keep made up of, it does not seem to be able to stand up to the corrosive nature of the bile that this creature is dripping, as all of them immediately melt into liquid form.
Bummer.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that this happened in Army of Darkness.
Did it?
In what?
Have you seen Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 3?
Oh god, you must.
I have not. I am an absolute wimp and don't do thriller or horror.
It's more comedy than horror.
Yeah, neither do I, and I love Army of Darkness.
You guys say that, but Gremlins technically was horror when that was released.
Nope, can't do Gremlins, too scary.
Oh, okay.
And I'm also going to cast. Hold a second. Can I do? I can't do a cantrip and a. Cantrips are actions too, aren't they?
Correct.
Yeah.
If you have a bonus action and it can be cast as a bonus action, then you can, but...
Yeah, some spells are bonus actions.
Yeah, I don't think I have any of those. I think that's me done.
All right, no worries.
I'm gonna command the forks to start moving around the table, dodging and but stay within the confines of the table.
Yep. Okay. Morkan.
Okay. I will attack twice with my weapon. I will just roll basic first.
So you're moving up to it?
Yeah, I'll move up to it first.
Alrighty. In that case, can you please roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Yes, sir. Did it roll? Okay, well.
It did. It rolled twice. You got a 22. You saved the heck out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Hey,
Hey, remember we've got +4 from the bless from the priest.
Okay, give me a sec.
What do we got? +4 on what? On Constitution?
On attack rolls and saving throws.
Is it +4 or +D4?
Oh, D4, sorry.
Addison, as you move into the cloud, you feel a burning sensation that suffuses and goes past even your armor. Please take 12 poison damage.
12 poison damage. Alright, cool. Alright, and then I will just... First of all, I'm going to start off with just a regular attack. This one. Hey!
Natty 20.
Alright.
Nice.
That's
There was that
good.
natty you were hoping for.
Yeah. And before I do anything, I'm going to cast... Hang on. Divine Smite. I'll put it in here. That will be at a 3rd level, so that's just me expending a spell slot. That'll end up doing 4d8. Yep, 4d8 plus an extra d8 damage, plus whatever damage I just did. So
Don't forget your corpse slayer damage.
And one more d8, so that ends up being 68, I believe. So I'll put that through just on here. Oh, that's 1. That's not what I wanted. Oh, well, that's 1, and then add 5. No?
Settle down there. Who do you think you are, Tinkrit?
Yeah, I know. Hang on. So that, and then whatever my regular damage was, 5 plus 7. And then on my second attack.
Oh god, there's a second.
Yeah, that was just my first attack.
Alright.
I used that one. Oh, was that one off crit? Oh, that was 19. And then I will use as a bonus action. Where's my Wrathful Smite at a 2nd level? Where is it? I can't fucking. Oh, I don't get Wrathful Smite as a 2nd level. Never mind, it'll be as a 1st level then. Which is an extra 9 plus 4 damage.
Alright, so I'm going to be mean here.
Okay.
For your first attack, one of the tendrils whips out and attempts to redirect your attack. Rob.
Yep.
Can you please make a wisdom saving throw? Oh, sorry, no, actually, that is for... Wow, I'm into blank. Morkan, can you make a wisdom saving throw?
I will
Apologies.
save. Oh, it's rolled twice again, hasn't it? Okay.
Don't forget your +1d4.
Plus 1d4 then. So it ends up being 18.
18? Alright, so it attempts to redirect your attack, but you are able to overpower it, slamming down onto its flesh and cutting in deeply. The spurt of acid shoots out, dealing 7 poison damage to you, as even more of its bile spills across the ground, and there is a burning smell and hissing, even from the stone floor that's under you.
Ouch. Okay.
Let me have a look. We can do that. Okay, cool. Any other flavor you'd like to add?
Just with my crit, the Divine Smite is like as I charge in my Divine Smite. I assume. Can I say that the tendril that tried to redirect, I just lop it right off?
Yep, sure.
I'll do that then.
All right. In doing so, it pulls the remaining stump back into its central body. All right. Rob with Tinkrit.
I cast Hex on it.
Yep. In that case, can I also get you to make a Constitution saving throw? Ooh, barely.
Hang on. roll 1d4 as well on top of it. Do I need to do that?
No, it's okay. You save already.
Okay.
All right. Please take 11 poison damage.
Oh. Okay. Hellish Rebuke first then. I'll do that first.
That's from the cloud that you're currently in.
Okay. It's still damage to me. Still gets a Hellish Rebuke.
All right.
Plus, it's not. What's that? 9. So they're 25. It's plus 4 for that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, being this close to the ex-Baron Fratez, you notice that as the flames lick across its body, there doesn't seem to be any effect whatsoever.
Oh, is that right? So is it fire damage? Right.
Did the monster happen to gain that ability in about the last hour, Sam?
In what?
In the last hour?
No.
Well, that's a shame. Okay. Oh well, I've used it anyway. It's a reaction. Doesn't make any difference. Let's attack. Let's attack.
Oh, and we have
It's a crit. That's my with the advantage. So
starting to think that Roll20 really hates this creature. We've gotten 3 nat 20s in what?
I don't know. But,
Very, very quick succession.
Yes. So that's that. I won't bother doing green flame, but I will do one of those. And I will do sneak attack because of where I am. Oh no, you've already got sneak attack. What else have I got? Something. But wait, there's more. I know there is.
You get 2d8 for your Corpse Slayer because you got a crit.
There's so much
Oh, yeah,
to roll that
2d8.
you don't even know.
That's right. It's really confusing.
It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if we're missing out on damage.
Yeah, there's that one. And did I do the 1d6 for Hex?
I think you did at the start.
Oh, yes. No, I didn't.
You cast it. You did 5 necrotic.
Oh, okay. So that's Hex. Oh, Hexblade. So there's plus 4 for Hexblade's Curse. I think that's it. Without, I'm not bothering to do Green Flame Blade.
Noted.
So now I'll do my second attack from haste. All right. 15 plus 4 from Hexblade and 2 to the 8. Plus 4, and I won't bother doing the other thing. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so in the round since you guys started combat, including this attack from Tinkrit just now, you guys have done a total of 223 damage. All right, Nero.
And
oh wait, no, apparently still on Tinkrit.
and I'm going to hide.
Okay.
You want a stealth check? Or
if you would like.
Passive 21 do?
Passive would be fine.
Okay.
All right, Michael.
So, would I have been able to perceive that this thing seems to be immune to fire?
You are on the other end of the room. I'm going to say that you're not close enough to it, as Tinkrit and the flames itself would have barred your vision of it.
So what I want to do then is, I assume there's going to be like curtains or rugs or something that I want to. Basically, I want to throw a curtain over it and set fire to it.
All right. So there are directly the curtains above the window. If you are able to hit the rod, then you may be able to snap it and dump the curtain directly on the creature.
What if I did that with my whip?
That could also work.
Cool. Well, I dart forward and
All right.
will 17 do it?
That definitely does. I'll put it this way, guys. Unless you roll really, really badly at this level, you will always hit it.
But hitting the rod so that it snaps and brings the curtain down.
All right. So there is a cracking noise, and Ogre and Tinkrit, the two of you have passive perceptions high enough that you spare a glance upwards, seeing that there is the whip around the curtain rod, which suddenly snaps it in two. The curtains fall down the rod and smother on top of the creature.
Now, the is there anything that I could, with my second attack, is there anything like a fireplace nearby that I could throw a burning log onto it?
There are candles and candelabras on the table.
I hurl one at the curtains.
All right. Roll me an AC check.
Just an unarmed strike. Would that be the...
Yeah. All right, that is definitely a hit. So your strike goes true, and the candelabra slams into the previously fine silken fabric of the curtains. It doesn't take long only a few seconds before the spark of them begins to ignite, and the entire creature in front of you ignites.
Throw the books.
Okay.
Do we really want to waste
No,
it?
don't throw the books.
Like, we're wrecking this thing, man.
We're right there.
We,
It'll blow us up.
we saved the books for the necromancer. We put them in his house.
Slap him in the face with the books.
With them in his house. Wait till he goes to sit down. Boom! Blow it up.
Candy Grandpa Mungo.
Replace
These
his
books are so
alternate
terrible.
reading with the books.
These books are so terrible, we're going to just carry them around for months. And that's me done.
All right, okay.
I will stab him twice with my spear.
You don't sound sure on that.
I'm thinking whether to action surge or not, but we'll see how we go. Nope, natty 1.
That is a natural fail. All right, on top of that, can I also get you to make a con save?
+4, plus your whatever, plus 1 d4.
Yeah, plus a d6, plus a d4.
He passes. That's what I'm saying.
All right. In that case, you are able to resist the poison that's around you, but you are going to still be taking 14 damage from it.
Yeah, that's alright.
All right. So,
Okay, yeah.
as you are you wanting to stock your natural one, or
Yeah, I'll store it for now.
good?
And I guess I will action surge and stab him again. Actually,
Alright.
I gotta add a d4 and a d6 to the damage.
D6. Okay, both of those hit. In that case. All right, so give me a sec. So, Bile is again going to splash out every time you slash into this creature. You're going to take 28 acid damage.
What do you want, my friend?
Sorry?
19?
19, okay. Cool.
Well, that's quite pleasant when that stops.
If you guys don't like it, I can stop it all the time.
Oh, I think it was cool at the start, but now it's the.
And can you make me 2 Constitution saves?
Probably. Give me a quick second.
I have to.
2 Constitution saves. All right. Against the poison in the blade.
Yep.
Creature will automatically succeed in this case.
Damn it. Oh well.
All right. So what happens?
I just stab into it wildly again, stabbing it 3 times.
Why won't you drop? All right. And it is on to the creature's turn, I believe. All right. In that case, it is leaking its black bile absolutely everywhere, and the choking cloud that it has spawned out of its mouth also seems to be moving, and it goes further now into the room, if I can actually pick up the goddamn thing. Pretend it's 10 feet along further.
Okay, that'll do.
Does it have to make the charisma save?
Oh yeah, out of the magic circle.
The cloud of smoke?
No, the cloud doesn't. It's just moving the cloud, not the actual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was very confused. All right, there we go. I've got it moving. Excellent. All right. In the meantime, the creature in question begins to... Let's have a look at what I can do. Oh, that looks fun. All right. It begins to warble in a strange, disconcerting way. Can I get Tinkrit? I think Morkan is next to me, and also Ogre. Can I get all of you guys to make a wisdom saving throw? Okay.
22.
22.
But 26 because of Morkan.
Oh yeah, what's Morkan as well? Yeah, the Bless and Morkan.
Look at the D4, yeah. So I'm on 19.
Okay, so Morkan, you've been able to protect your 2 comrades from being susceptible to this mental spell. I want you to describe to me exactly how are you doing so, like magically or...
Basically, I'm going to say that it's always been magically, but I've always had I'm going to call it a good vibes aura around me. Everyone's always got good vibes, and so that's
Power of friendship, guys.
That's keeping the party afloat.
He's a giant man, and I love him.
Yeah.
All right. So after doing so, in its flailing, it attempts to slap around and try and attack Tinkrit again. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted.
Except they can't see me.
Well, it's flailing about, so I'll do that at disadvantage.
Okay.
And that's a critical fail. All right, boys, give me an idea. How is it going to fail?
Because it poisons itself. I don't know.
In classic, with the what's his name, the Three Stooges thing, it slaps itself in the face.
Slaps itself in the non-existent groin with a wah wah wah.
Or one of its tentacles lashes out and is severed by hitting the edge of the broken glass.
Oh yeah, it could actually. I've got my
just goes
sword out.
straight into Tinkrit's sword.
That's right. It's my sword.
He ran into my knife. He ran into my knife 10 times.
The magic circle just disintegrates it as it tries to reach in.
All right. So there is a schlunk noise as it manages to completely cut off a formidable size of its tendrils, dealing what's catastrophic damage? 4d12. Let's have a look.
Ooh.
And it kills itself. None of us get the credit.
And naturally, 2 of those d12s was max damage, doing 36 damage total to itself.
Imagine if they killed itself. How mad would you guys be? that no one got
I'd be pretty disappointed, to be honest.
Yes.
All right. Solturo, you're up.
Shit, it's on 1 HP.
How badly damaged does it look?
Well, when was the last time you dealt with a black bile-producing monster that wasn't in the mine?
Like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, at the witch's joint, the shack in the swamp.
That is true. I set myself up for that response.
Mhm.
All right. What is your passive insight?
11.
11. You aren't entirely sure.
So it seems like my colleagues are suffering some damage. So, and where is it at the moment? It's at the window in the garden, is it?
Yes. Yeah, it's been unable to progress further into the building.
I'm going to turn it into, or use polymorph, turn it into a sea turtle.
Wait. No, don't polymorph. It heals all the damage.
Not if I go chuck it in the ocean. It becomes someone else's problem then.
No, but then it escapes. Don't do that.
He'll be out there forever, lurking. He's the one that got away.
That's right. Polymorph doesn't last forever, though.
Lasts for an hour.
Yeah.
Or we can carry it to somewhere where we can have a better opportunity to fight it than in a confined window area where I can't launch fireballs at it.
Well, we seem to be doing perfectly fine without fireballs.
Okay, listen, guys. It's been a while since he's had a battle. He just wants to ensure there's another one next session, too.
All right, if you guys don't want to cast fire, I won't cast anymore.
Well, can you throw the fireball through the window and like get the back of it?
You can. Absolutely, you can.
And like set up fire to all that brush down there and just flame everything.
Yeah, do it there, then it doesn't get us.
Uh-huh.
And
All right.
it gets it.
See, all you guys are asking me to do now is to play the Sephiroth music as it emerges from the flames.
Yeah, and then you're going to get set all this on fire, and the whole front of the mansion's going to be set on fire.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know what? We'll just throw a book. Fine, if we have to.
Don't let it reach the restricted section.
The problem is okay, I'm going to lob it and lob it over the... to hit the back of the creature, if that is possible. Is that doable?
It's doable. I will get you to do a spell attack at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
That one throws it straight in the ceiling.
Don't forget your +4 from the bless.
That one, somehow you throw it behind you through the wall into the restricted section.
Oh. Sorry, I'll
All right, so a 10, what's your spell attack modifier?
+8.
Okay, both of them. Oh, sorry. Yes, that's a hit.
Good stuff.
Alrighty. So you are able to lob it over. Somehow, being able to squeeze between the space in the roof and the monster, and you hear the explosion of a successful fireball going off.
Woohoo!
Okay, so that's I think I rolled damage first, which is on the screen.
Yep.
So
it's all there.
okay.
All right. Is that it for your turn?
Yep.
Yep. And Morkan.
Okay. What's everyone's health at? Should I heal you guys? Or do you want me to...
I've lost 22.
I'm on 19.
Okay.
But I should be alright.
You've got second
you-
wind yet, don't you?
No, I've used that, but
Use that. Well,
Oh, and roll me a Constitution saving throw, by the way, Addison.
yes, sir.
Alrighty. In that case, please take 11 poison damage.
Another 11. Oops. Come on. Hang on, thing's frozen. Alright, 11 damage. Done. I might cast... is that what I want? No, that's not what I wanted. Trying to see what I've got. Do I have any... I didn't prepare the AoE heals. Fucking idiot. Alright. I will do level 2 Cure Wounds on Olga. Oh, that's so shit. I'm so sorry. Wow.
Okay, healed for 7 HP.
Wow. Alright, what can I do on a bonus?
That's alright. I'm only on 26. We'll be right.
Alright, what do I got for a bonus action? Problem is, all my bonus action stuff is... shit, I can't do fucking anything. Like Smite. No. Okay, no, that's it, I'm done.
Alrighty.
I'm a great healer, I swear.
I'm a cleric. You don't need a cleric, guys. You have me.
Actually, I
What
cast
about lay on hands? Is
Lay
that
on
bonus
hands
action or?
Lay on hands is an action.
Sanctuary is a bonus action, though.
Yeah. So I cast Sanctuary. Who wants Sanctuary?
Is it concentration?
It is, I believe. Actually,
Well, your ward's probably better than that.
hang on. Sanctuary is not concentration, so you're good. Who wants that? They just need to make a whiz save.
Yeah,
So pick who wants
Well-
it, and you can get it.
give it to him.
All right.
I'm hidden.
All right. All goods. Olga, you've got Sanctuary plus the
That only
disadvantage
lasts
to
until
hit.
I attack, isn't it?
No, that's it to hit you. So anytime it tries to hit you, it must succeed on a whiz save, and if it succeeds on a whiz save, it has disadvantage because of the magic circle.
Yeah, but it's also when I make an attack, it ends.
Does it?
Down
Oh,
the bottom.
well, never mind then. I might change that. Hang on, is my Fortune Good and Evil a bonus action? No, it's not. Alright then. Don't worry about that. Ignore that. I end my turn with 7 hit points. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I should have just lay on hands you 45. That was a full action.
Rob, roll me a Constitution saving throw. You actually failed. Holy crap.
Hang on.
Plus 4 plus a d4.
Yeah.
That's an 11.
And plus the 4.
Plus my 4.
15.
15.
I still win.
Okay.
No.
I won.
Take inspiration yourself.
Hey Sam,
What?
the cloud's not on me anymore.
Oh, son of a bitch. All I do is offer you love, and all you do is take away my victory.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I am actually a bit. A bit.
Okay. Well, never mind if that's the case, especially since I would have done 25 damage to you.
Yes. I still would have been up. All right. I'm going to stab this motherfucker.
Hit me with your best shot.
Don't tempt me. Come on, do it again.
You're holding out for another 20.
Yeah, of course. Corpse Slayer. Oh, it's rubbish. And sneak attack. Oh, that's already there. And so plus 4 for Hexblade's Curse. Oh, and 1d6 for Hexblade. I can't see what that is. It's a 5.
That's 30.
Okay, now second attack.
All right. I'll just save us the pain. Rob, how do you want to kill this one?
I see the face of Baron Fritters, and I, with a snap of the wrist, flick the face off, and then I step it beneath my booted heel and squash it into nothingness.
Okay, there is a squelch as you do so.
Huzzah!
All right, so the rest of the mass wriggles around and then collapses. You can see that it's beginning to spill across the garden, and everywhere that it seems to be touching and this bile's going into, a zone of just dead, absolute destroyed vegetation is spreading out across the estate.
Oh. And we can't burn it. Can we freeze it? Quick, Ciruimon, try and freeze it. Or don't.
Ciruimon's like,
Settle
yeah,
sleep,
yeah.
guys.
All right.
Is the
Specifically, Ciruimon, Luke, what do you want this ray of frost to do?
To try and see if it freezes the bile to stop its spread.
All right. So the bile begins to solidify and eventually approaches more of a tar-like consistency. It doesn't spread quite as quickly, but it is a very minimal movement.
I'll cast it again.
Yeah. Keep on casting it, bro.
All right. This time it is enough of a cold that you can pretty much feel it halfway into the dining room itself. The entire ice block that this thing is sealed in has frozen it solid.
Nice job.
Oh, I've still got my forks. I forgot about my forks.
Perhaps you could serve us something.
All right.
How long does that spell last for?
Just puts all 5 forks away in pouch for later. All right. Well, gentlemen, that is functionally the end of the session that I did have planned, after I finished improvising the first third of it. After this, I'm happy for us to take a week's downtime, if you are so inclined, to give presumably Morkan and the resources of the church time to question the young heir.
Loot the mansion.
Well,
Yes, I'm going to find that servant and pick his pocket, the one that I gave the money to.
I'm now going to go focus on the library and see what I can find.
No more exploding books.
Those suits of armors we're knocking over. What were they? Are they like ceremonial or are they actual wearable armor?
Ceremonial. But if you would like to try and do something between and you guys have spare nat 20s, then hit me up. But in the meantime, would you guys like to pick your MVP player?
Tinkrit.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't you do like 3,000 damage then?
So much.
306, all right.
You kind of remind me of like Yoda at the end of the Phantom Menace.
He's got a green flame blade, I suppose. It's like Yoda's lightsaber. Yeah, that's true.
All right. In that case, Rob, shockingly, would you like melee, mage, or rogue table?
I think I'm going to go rogue.
Ooh, rogue. In that case, sir, please roll me a d10.
And my acceptance speech is... I couldn't have done it without my team backing me up, casting haste on me, bless spells,
throwing you into a magical dome.
That's right, magical circles, dropping curtains down.
Alrighty. So, what you have won on the award table is a new spell, if you are so inclined.
On the rogue table?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Would you like me to do that, or would you like to re-roll?
I might like to re-roll, I think. I've got lots of spells.
Yep. All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it. That is an 8. Ooh. This is a fun... Well, I think it's a fun one. Everybody else probably doesn't have the same excitement that I do. But you have picked up a Gem of Seeing. This gem has 3 charges. As an action, you can speak the gem's command word and expend 1 charge. For the next 10 minutes, you have True Sight out to 120 feet when you peer through the gem.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
And it regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. So, functionally, what you have is a detective eyeglass, and you can mock Nero with that.
I would never do such a thing.
Alright, in that case, gentlemen, I will end our session from here.